send you the link, you getting in?
Yeah, sure.
All right, God. Well, yeah. I had to pay these bills. I'm gonna tell him right now. I'm gonna tell him right now. Hey, God. All right, girl. Welcome. Nah, I ain't talking to y'all.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Are you guys ready up there? Okay, just give me a second. All right, great. All right, quiet on the set.
Ow! Peace and blessings of the Most High, the balance, omniverses, multiverses, triverses, dual verses, and universes be upon you all in earshot and eyeshot of the God. It's your friendly neighborhood, Pharaoh Rising, Chef sees the Wamutefa Moon. And welcome to another episode of Revision Radio, where we seek, analyze, and break down right knowledge, right wisdom, right understanding, right thinking, right reasoning, and right action from the third eye point of view. Thank you all for kicking it with us today, this Saturday evening. Beloveds, how y'all doing? Everybody all right? I went to the movies or something yesterday. Y'all went to party. Y'all was drinking out there while we was over here on this Freestyle Friday. I want to thank everybody that rocked with us on Freestyle Friday. I'm sending out links right now for the Super Cipher. Any of the brothers that's in air, space, and time, they interested in rocking, holla. And anybody that get in the chat, they think they can, they want to build with the gods. I ain't gonna lie to between the Super Cipher and like yesterday, I was trying to be. Yesterday was supposed to be like a light night, but Disney. Disney don't know how to stop. Yesterday's supposed to be a light night. We had the elders on deck. That was a blessing. We had a new soul. The young guy. He came on deck too. He had questions. I was really, really feeling, that situation, and happy that we can add on, and lead him to the, guide him to the promised land. I might not get there with you. So of course it was a beautiful experience yesterday. Thank you everybody for joining us and vibing with us. Time is precious. We know that we really don't have any more time. So anybody that's here that's spending time with us, it's and we can't, things is getting critical day by day. So we can't do as much physical interaction right now. But we're unifying the minds, and that's major, So, but of course, I'm gonna read some revolutionary stuff. That. Who else is coming on? I'm sending them my links to my brothers, and they're gonna be crowded down there. And next week we looking to have a phone number so brothers and sisters could call up, talk what you talk about, say what you're saying to the people you're saying it to. You know what I'm saying? What's up, man? Y'all doing what new books y'all reading? What y'all reading out there? Hold on. Who in the house? Let me see. Who in the house right? The fairy said to tap. Oh, that's Shorty Wop that thinks she cute. That's what that is. Shorty Wop. What's up, Shorty Wop? What's your man doing for you, Shorty Wop? Khafuz, Raoul back, beloved. Ronald Newton, Raoul back. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I see you. Aha on deck, collective tribal consciousness. Raoul back. Yeah, thank y'all for being in tune with us. We rocking it out. I'm sending the guys the links. Israel, Raoul back. Blessing to see you again, man. Make sure you read them books, God. Read them books. Who else I got to invite? Let me see. Yeah. So any specific subject matters y'all want the guards to build on, get y'all questions and get ready, you know, and let them know what's up. Just say what's up. Yeah. I'm sending out joints. You know, sometimes brothers, there be different brothers coming in, they be ready at different times. I did. That was a song. That was okay. I got the, yeah. Okay. So let me read. Let's start. Let me read. We got 20 minutes before chant. Yeah, listen. I was late today because first of all, I'll be on nigga time. I'm always on nigga time. Let me start there. Yeah. So if I'll be like, yo, son, be there in 10 minutes. Sit down. It's gonna be a half an hour. Just relax. Yo, son, I'm telling you, I'm right here around the corner. I'm gonna be there in 10 minutes. It's a fact. It's gonna be like a half an hour. Yo, so of course we're gonna start with the daily word from the master. This is the 25th. What's today? 25th. Today is the 25th, September 25th. Yeah, we gonna, you know, the word from Maku, the daily word from Maku, right? You remember. Baba is so funny. Baba says, she's like, look, you will remember it if it's not important. Yo, Baba is funny as hell, bro. Baba be like, yeah, you gonna remember it, nigga. If it ain't no good for nobody. Yo, Baba crazy. Yeah, listen. And as we going through this journey, just know it's natural when we generate all this positive energy, it's natural to attract haters. Okay? Don't feel no way about people. Baba says all the time inside the doctrine, I'm going to see if I can find some of it. He literally says that the more you generate this WU-SABAT, the more you push, the more you generate the 9 ether forces, the more it brings out the 6 ether and evil in the people who don't want to accept the truth. So September 25th reading in this calendar of revolutionary daily thoughts. Somewhere in the annals of European literature, someone once wrote that ignorance is bliss. But in the ancient record of African philosophy is the belief that ignorance is sinful. This is from Anthony T. Broader. Anybody not used to, you don't know, the Broader Files is say compensatory is of different codes and go look up the Broader Files. When you hear people talk about switching codes and stuff like that, it's coming from the Broader Files and the idea of the codes. Or like I say, like W.B. Du Bois talk about the dual consciousness when we live in a hostile environment. We've been taken over by other foreign individuals, and so you have to switch codes in order not to offend the mainstream society and things of that nature. Anyway, at what point in our relationship with chronic psychopathic liars do we start to believe them or their sycophants? At what point do we come to accept something that normatively characterizes them, which they have been working so hard to universalize, i.e., project onto others as normatively characterizing us? One of these ludicrous fictions argues that homosexuals are closer to the creator than heterosexuals. Supposedly, the higher a human's energy vibrates, the closer he or she is to spirit. And homosexuals are said to vibrate at a higher level. This is actually very debatable. Because I did a whole build on this. So this is deep for the Anthony Broader, but I'm gonna read it out. Like I said, I don't know what these things are going to say when I pull them up. And homosexuals are said to vibrate at a higher level than average individual, or rather that the strictly heterosexual individual, because it is posited they are more in tune with their male and female sides. Therefore, homosexuals are closer to the creator than heterosexuals. This would imply that the Greeks and the Romans, arrogantly homosexual, were closer to the Creator than Africans. Everyone recorded as being more spiritual than any other people. We should be able to see that to even entertain this nonsense is to promote the barefaced lie of our ancestors' intellectual and spiritual inferiority. I equate ignorance with sinfulness. So, how I'm going to respond to this is the Greeks and the Romans, not being invaders and outside, they were initiated to the first 3 degrees of our sciences, person, places, and things, which is why everybody else has been stuck under that person, places, and things, a 3-dimensional trap, because they now utilize those principles to control the world for the last 6,000 years. Stop running through all the good. Go through that bag up there with all the, you know, all right. You know what you're doing. Just like Selkis. So anyway, so the concepts were misconstrued. Naturally, the Greeks and Romans, not understanding what's going on, they said that they would talk about the homosexuals when really you're talking about the concept of the gatekeepers, which are hermaphrodites and hermaphrodites, which are beings that of beings with male bodies that have feminine spirits and beings in female bodies that have male spirits. So the Romans and Greeks misunderstanding that naturally applied the principles to themselves as homosexuals, because the Mukas, or the European race, is the feminine race. Even their males are more feminine than any other. They literally, so which also explains why we're so attracted to them, even though we know how detrimental it is to our own good. So, that could be built on later on by the brothers and myself. Excuse me. Of course, we got to go in. What's the time frame? Okay, we got some time. 13 minutes. Who that through my window now? Okay. What does what mean, God? Explain the question. What does what mean? What I read from the book, or what I explained afterward? For the Lucci. Fidelucci. What does that mean? What does which one mean, God? Spread and replace, the reason. Let me see. I might talk about this reason right here, because the God is talking about the reason. Route back. So the God said the reason. Those of you who do not accept the miracles by way of our own ancestors are the reason I remain locked in prison. You all requested for help from them, and when it arrived, you all rejected it. Oh yeah. Now definitely the homosexual. Them being homosexuals, they want to glorify that, but the concepts that they would give for ancient Tamaray was that of the gatekeepers, and they didn't understand. All of the hermaphrodites or gatekeepers are not homosexual. Anyway, you all requested help from them, and when it arrived, you all rejected it. Everyone and anyone can watch and see the help arrived again and again, yet it was ignored by you all. All you all had to do was cooperate with each other as one family, placing me first. Right back, beloved. However, you all could not do that for me. With all I gave to you all, am I not worth it for you all? I am you all. It's not what you all think, it's what you all feel. And it's not what you all say, it's what you all do. I will be with you all always. I only wanted to feel what love is. Man, so that's one. Is that the origin? The hour of judgment. I like this one right here, the alien with us. So, page 83 and the 9. Actually, we're going through the 9 right now. Nuwapians. Know this fact. Each of us had an alien with us who taught us, from baby steps and degrees by way of religion and belief, as needed for that day and time. Jesus had with him the aliens named Gabriel and Tammuz. Muhammad had with him the alien named Gabriel. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad had with him the alien named Allah. Prophet Joseph Smith had with him the alien named Moroni. Isa al-Hadi al-Mahdi, Malachi Zikobina Yoko Quran had with him me, the alien Yanun. Each of them had their own position and job to do for their own people. They were sent also and time that they were sent. They each spoke about Baba Yanun, who would arrive in the flesh with all the actual facts in order to take you all in the hereafter to earth after the year 2000, the end of the devil's 6,000 year dominion. That was the year 1970, the Savior, the Warner. I am not here for much longer. Know that the Holy Tablets ended the Old Testament, the New Testament, and the Holy Quran. The Holy Tablet explained what they could not and did not. Boom, boom, boom. Family. Yeah, I'm going through. Let me see. This just goes through all the aliens, symbols. I love this one, but you can't really see a lot of it. So I want to give it to the peoples. Go to the peoples. Have it your way. Boom, 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 boom. Bo, 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 bo. All right, let's go. Let's do races. Salau. And then we go. What time is it? All right, yeah, we got time. Salau. Sayim Karadu, divine children of Wunawap, who are devoted ones of the sun. Mukminu Karadu, melanite children, Munwapu, Nwapians, the first who will be the last, standing as Mother Nature Shafui heals the Kawak planet by her great Sakamat powers of the weather and virus, as well as the wicked evil minds, Akarat, of the last race of Adamites, Adamu, as they are slowly being removed out of existence from 2000 AD to 2060 AD. A time giving them from 4000 BC to 2000 AD to have dominion over their subjects for 6,000 years as the last humanoid Sanafu species of 6 etheric creature made and grafted and cloned and crossbred by Muziad Mutadalu extraterrestrials. The pale race of creatures who left their first abode in Europe's caves, hillsides, and mountains and descended down on all others, raping and mixing their Rh negative blood types and their barasi, leprosy, and other murads diseases of the Labin Salal, white race. I don't know what that is. The T? Okay. Hey, get him. Of the Laban Salal white race, who were born to remain in a red zone or Zupu to avoid the rays of the Shemaz sun, yet they, the Nordics, became 3 in 1, Celtic, and Celtic, and became known as the Vikings or the 6 kings, or 6 kings, 6 kingdoms, or 6 kindred kinds of reds, kind and red, kindred, Adamites, these who spread the 6 etheric race of Adamu, Adamites, or ruddy red race are Irish, Polish, Welsh, Scottish, Gaelic, Danish. And there are many subgroups by accepted or non-ad names, yet the same race and people, Germanic, Austria, which is also called the United Kingdoms of Anglo-Saxons, Franks, Romans, Greeks, Turks, and others of Yorapu roots, all from the Satu Sanafu, 6 species of the Muadamu Salal, Adamite race, from Cro-Magnon to name their 6 separated genetic roots on Earth, who was created with the Rh negative blood types of A minus or A negative, B negative, AB, and O negative to spread and kill those who were on Earth millions of years before the Adamite race, those of Rh positive blood types, A, B, AB, and O positive. those originally of the green zone, Nupu of the west part or half of the Kawak-Taha, planet Earth. It was they who made a deal, a contract which they call a covenant, which in Hebrew, the new dialect of the mistranslated Bible calls a barith, cutting of flesh. It is from the root words meat, food, or borah. From this root word, meat, flesh, food, was the covenant made to offer flesh and blood to the extraterrestrials from whom they made a deal of animal flesh and human flesh to be eaten. This was the covenant made in their Bible and Quran with their gods. And this word, barith, became Brit, or Brit for British, Britain, British Isles, for those now called Britain, early Celtic people. They now live under many new titles, yet they are the same six etheric Adamu Salau, Adamite race, created and made in an image and to be like the extraterrestrials who grafted and cloned and made them as found in their Bible. Talk about being an image and after the likeness of their God. Genesis 1:26-27 and Quran 2:30. The same seed in Genesis 5:1 and Quran 3:33. And also Luke 3:23-38. Those who are the Qaradu, children of the Muziad with the Dalu, extraterrestrials, and made a covenant of offerings, obligations, sacrifices for flesh and blood to the aliens who are carnivores and some even cannibals. This is the root of their religions, their rites and rituals today, and they still offer flesh and blood offerings and claim you must trust in the blood, live by the blood of Christ. Rh negative blood types that will kill Rh positive off. So they seek to convert the other races, Africans 9 etheric people, Aborigines 8 etheric people, and Indians 7 etheric people. They did not seek to convert the Asians to 3 etheric people because they originally lived in the red zone Zupu, and the Chinese have Rh negative blood types already, yet many unknowing confused Chinese convert to Christism and Muslimism these days. This is the war you see in religion, to win over Rh positive persons to Rh negative blood types. They, the Adamites, seek to mix DNA by way of the genetic kiss or fluid exchange, matal, semen, manam, sperm, or saliva, or interracial marriage to exchange DNA and blood. So the Caucasoids present their Zazatatu women on display sexually for the taking, as those of their race who don't know the hidden plan of their secret societies will try to keep Zazazu men of their races of color away from their women. The knowing of the Adamu Salau Adamite race of white people know what their gods or extraterrestrials order them to be fruitful, have much sex, multiply, spread your genes and blood type. Adam was Rh negative blood type O. Eve was Rh positive blood type O. This was the plan of the extraterrestrials. Their secret societies seek race mixing, which the ignorant of the white race seek race separation, which will lead to the white race's Tamut, extinction. So after the year 2000, the secret societies who control the media are promoting interracial mixing, as only they know about the 6,000 year given the Adamite race from 4000 BC, and that ended in 2000 AD. The white race was the Norse, the red race, the Adamites, the cursed lepers of the Canaanite tribes. This is why they changed from blonde-furred women with Zarik Ayantwi, or blue eyes, and now is red-furred women with Khadzir Ayantwi, green eyes, both a genetic step down from transparent white fur women with silver white eyes of the original Nordic Norse. So they now seek Talub to race mix from the Kamau Pleiadians to the Cro-Magnon to 6 species of the race Nordics, to Adamites to Canaanites. You decide. That's from the decision. Yeah, these are broken down into chapters, so this is like easier to go into, like the 9. This right here, this is a different animal. This is a whole nother. This is a different. This is like one continuous thought. Bob just like he just went in. It never stopped. And then This is also sectioned off. Yeah, the Proverbs. Nobody's bragging. Don't. Who's we about to? Yes, baby, I see it. I got to drink it now. I think I'm being forced. Sounds like a bully move. Sound like a bully move. What is that? Okay, we about to do the chant. My wife bought me some tea. She insisted that I'm drinking right now. So this is a cultural framing. There's guns pointed at help me. It's delicious, mama. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Okay, who on the spot? I say Kufu here already. Yeah, we in the building. You know, we about to set it off with the chant, y'all. So and right after that, Kufu's on deck. He been MIA for a minute. You want to check in with the brothers, see what's up. And I want to continue that conversation about all the white stuff that y'all do on the low. All the Mukasu stuff y'all do, all the rock songs that y'all listening to. I want to hear all that. We going to come clean tonight. Purge ourselves of the Mukasu. And I didn't look at Greece last night. You ready, mama? Mm-hmm. I know not there Kaleja Wef Power. Patakyo. Anuki Jawef Pa Ashokim Pa Paut. Wu Kale Ashok Kaun Jawef Neya. Anuki Kasamunim Pa Paut. Wu Pa Paut Kaun Kasamunim Neya. Anuki Wahu Ame Pa Paut. Wu Pa Paut Kaun Wahu Ame Neya. Nakuk Kador Naju Ame Kasamunim Pa Paut. Wu Habu Ame Muskasun. Nakuk Kador Kawan Kale Pafef Nakuk Doyor Jawef Pa Paut. Ame Wase Ame de Yorni Kawun Nake Bakoe Jawef Pa Paut. Anuki Abebi Nafashni. Pa Paut Kawun Anuki. Pa Paut Kador Nakuk Kador. Pa Paut Amun Nakuk Amun. Lahehum Menenum. Am to my fair Korehum. Am to my fair Korekum. Am to my fair Korenum. Am to my fair Jawef Nia. Am to my fair Niyahu Anukihum. Yaye Ashukraye. Asmu Jaye Nun. Yaye Nataru Afuknum. Anunate Mukradukum. Yaye Nataru Afuknum. Afuknun, Afuknun, Yaye Natarunun, Anun, Atun, Atun, Amun. Yayehu, Yayehu, Yaye Nataru, Yaye Saye, Yaye Saye, Yaye Nataru. Yaye hika, yaye nathoru. Ankumate pa mufaku. Yaye hu, yaye nathoru. Ankumate pa mufaku. Wu anunate mukradukum. Wu ankumate muisanum. Yaye hu, yaye nathoru. Aro muklas nunatum raye. Yaye, Nastaru. Yaye Mukdamu Afuznun. Amkum Mane Yake Ladura Muslafunun. Muisarunun. Mane Yake Sawura Papa. Mane Yake Kawuna Kau. Mane Yake Yate Akak. Mane Yake Kawuna Pashawu Damam. Yaye Nataru Mukdamunun. Aro Mukdanun. Anhu kawun manza mane pa nataru. Aro enhu. Anhu kawun baba yananan. Aro enhu. Anhu kawun atumraye. Aro enhu. Anhu kawun haror. Yaye nataru muslafunun. Afuznun mane pa majwado. Afuznun mane kahalan. Yaye nataru afuznun. Mane sayo gayora. Afuznun afuzniya. Afuznun afuzniya. Yaye nataru nun. Nakuk talub tamoy bipa nataru. Mane pa lain lawi tananu. Kale ranamatni atir lae pa nataru. Wukale namazoratni atir lae kayariyatun lae pa nataru. Anonymous fakawun. Pasawabu pataruk. Zika wuna nazola lahe amkum. Mane maspat umasa. Ame hadiyanun udamaun. Mane muslafukun. Wunataru. Arjulaye nafashukun. Afukshane kawunkun. Pasuwabu pataruk. Pahadian wupadamaw. Anun tawem kun. Lahe panandamal wushafe. Anun tawem kun. Lahe tim. Nasoy nun. Anun tawem kun. Lahe ashukuma. Amkuma te muslafunun. Anuna te mukradukun. Anun talum nasarukuma. Anun talum nasarukuma. And sonun kahin nataru. And sonun muslafunun. Anun ate musbatu. Anun. Atun. Atun. Amun. Anun ate kaleja wef paud nataru nun yaye muftaru yaye nataru. Yaye atumra yaye natar. Yaye nun yaye natar. Yaye nun tat yaye natar tat. Yaye ha yaye natar. Yaye ha tat yaye natar tat. Yaye kat yaye natar. Yaye kat tat yaye natar tat. Yaye amun yaye natar. Yaye amun tat yaye natar tat. Yaye atum yaye natar. Yaye shishash yaye natar. Yaye tafaf natat yaye natar tat. Yaye sabab yaye natar. Yaye natat yaye natar tat. Yaye orash tat yaye natar tat. Yaye asar yaye natar. Yaye nabab tat hatat yaye natar tat. Yaye satak yaye natar. Yaye hara yaye natar. Yaye haptwi yaye natar. Yaye anak tat yaye natar tat. Yaye yaha harar twi yaye natar. Yaye nafartum yaye natar. Yaye mantu yaye natar. Yaye bapti yaye natar. Yaye sakam tat yaye natar tat. Yaye hatat harar tat yaye natar tat. Yaye ba ibish yaye natar. Yaye pata yaye natar. Yaye basas tat yaye natar tat. Yaye im hatap yaye natar. Yaye hu yaye natar. Yaye matat yaye natar tat. Yaye mahat yaye natar tat. Yaye kafafra yaye natar. Yaye maskanat yaye natar tat. Yaye re tat yaye natar tat. Yaye kantamatiyu yaye natar. Yaye hika yaye natar tat. Yaye natar tat yaye natar tat. Yaye ma'at yaye natar tat. Yaye rantat yaye natar tat. Yaye shayi yaye natar tat. Yaye sashat yaye natar tat. Yaye mafdat yaye natar tat. Yaye sabak yaye natar. Yaye anap yaye natar. Yaye kanun yaye natar. Yaye kanash yaye natar. Yaye patanun yaye natar. Yaye saye yaye natar. Yaye hatat yaye natar tat. Yaye amas yaye natar. Yaye sarap twi yaye natar. Yaye atun raye yaye natar tat. Yaye jahu twi yaye natar. Yaye patawarat yaye natar tat. Yaye sokatat yaye natar tat. Yaye ha yaye natar. Yaye nahabka yaye natar. Yaye sakar yaye natar. Yaye ba'a yaye natar. Yaye akar yaye natar. Yaye imharatat yaye natar tat. Yaye wapawatat yaye natar. Yaye sokat hatat tat yaye natar tat. Yaye maritat sakar tat yaye natar tat. Yaye saye tat yaye natar tat. Yaye koratat yaye natar tat. Yaye asatanu yaye natar. Yaye Bahatat, Yaye Nathartat, Yaye Kanamtat, Yaye Nathartat, Yaye Manaktat, Yaye Nathartat, Yaye Kamam, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Mahatwi, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Kabasananafaf, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Ta'amatatafaf, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Maritat, Yaye Nathartat, Yaye Nasat, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Imjadatat, Yaye Nathartat, Yaye Nakakpatat, Yaye Nathartat, Yaye Sakatat, Yaye Nathartat, Yaye Anaktat, Yaye Nathartat, Yaye Jadat, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Tum, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Wahu, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Yasash, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Anak, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Afaf Nuit, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Satat, Yaye Nathartat, Yaye Sakatwi, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Emmaat, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Nana, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Em Nuit, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Em Satatwi, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Em Gautat, Yaye Nathartat, Yaye Rahash Shafaf, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Maratwi, Yaye Nathar, Yaye Amun Raye, Yaye Nathar. Anunate Kaleja Wef Paut. Peoples is here. 17 on deck. Ready, baby? Be Paranan Empire Babasar. Woo. Pabatal Matat Arastat. Woo. Pataruba Sanan Harar. Amun. Anunate Kaleja Wef Paut. Tawukum Yanitar. Tawakum Muisar for being here with us tonight. I was reading about blood types. Yeah, and my wife brought out this thing. This is a blood type testing kit. It's a blood type testing kit so you can know your blood type. Y'all see this? Yeah, we can see it. Yeah, y'all could order this on Amazon and learn your blood type and get your blood type. So you ain't got to guess. You know where you stand.
Without having to go through the hospitals.
Without the hospitals and all that.
23andMe from the online apps and stuff like that, where Bob was like, don't give these people your blood and your DNA. And you have to find out for yourself, because we actually had a doctor that gave us a false reading.
We got false reading. We got 2 different conflicting readings from my wife from the hospital. So we went and had to go do it on our own.
Yeah.
The name of the package is Eldon Blood Typing Kit. Eldon, ELD. I'm gonna type it in the chat right now.
So they were saying I was O negative when I'm O positive, and that's how again we were associating the fact that if you have a negative symbol on your blood type, that means that the variant that's there is the Rh negative. And we were finding out a whole bunch of sisters that were Rh negative, and when you're reading the doctrine, most times you think that it's really just talking about Mukasu, even though we're also being warned about the Mukasu that's been deliberately mixed into us. So, find out your blood type. This is an easy way at home to find out.
The chant, Rahubat, Nuwapi, and Facts. Glad you could join us, beloved. The chant that was you can find a chant on our Facebook page called Sacred Space. And the chant is there. We chant those chants 9, 3, and 9. Matter of fact, one of them, I'm gonna read the words for it. Kufu, I'm about to put you on deck. But one of the, because this is, I don't want to say it's one of my favorite, but it's one of my favorite. And the chant is the truth and the way. So it's the one when you see us, we say, okay, Pasawabu Pataruk, the truth and the way. Pananmis Fakawun, Pasawabu Pataruk. This book is the truth and the way. Zikawuna Nazulala Heyankun. It was sent down for you all. My name is Badbu Masa from Sirius and Orion. Ame Hadiyanun Udamaun as a guidance and a healing. My name is Muslafukum Unataru from you all's ancestors and overseers. Arjulaye nafashukum. Return to yourselves. Afukshane kawunkum. Accept what is yours. Pasawabu pataruk. The truth and the way. Bahadiyan wupadamal. The guidance and the healing. Anun tawamkum. We thank you all. Lahe panandamal wushafe. For this healing and cure. Anun tawamkum. Lahe tim. Nasoenum. We thank you all for not forgetting us. Anun tawamkum. Lahe ashukuma. We thank you all for you all's divine love. Amkumate muslafunum. You all are our ancestors. Anunate mukradukum. We are you all's children. Anun talub nasarukuma. We seek you all's help. Anun talub nasarukuma. We seek you all's help. And so nun kahin nataru. Help us, divine overseers. And so nun muslafunum. Help us, our ancestors. Anun ate musbatu. We are Sabaeans. Anun, Atun, Atun, Amun. And that's our ending, which is the four phases, the four different phases and scientists of the sun. Yeah, we used the gold book, but we switched the tones in it. Because the gold book, we have a bunch of protections in there. If there's a video on the YouTube page called Spiritual Tools for Psychic Self-Defense, and the gold book prayers are in there, as well as a bunch of other supplications and prayers. And by all means, this is your language, brothers and sisters. This is your language. Make sure that you know that you can write down your own chants. You understand? You say, why Sabaeans? First instinct is to say, why not? Because Saba is from the stars, God, and we star people. We of and from the stars. It doesn't negate Nuwapu. It's Napata, Moreau, Saba. It's all out. Remember, we got to cover all the bases. But we talking about Sirius star constellation. So Saba is from the stars. Yeah, we just, but personally, I'm looking to get in the gold book and go through those prayers and supplications, but revamp as far as the language. We got to upgrade the language. We're in constant motivation. Knowledge is infinite. People always say it, right? That it then they want to put a seal on it. Oh, knowledge is infinite. I'm like, okay, well, that we passed that school. Nah, it doesn't. Queen of Sheba was Sabaean, but she's not the origin of it. But yes, she was Sabaean also. Absolutely. But she's not the origin of Sabaeans. But she spoke Sabaic, and we can find the Sabaic. This is ancient. This is our stuff, beloved. Of or from the stars, the extraterrestrial stuff. So does the you don't like the idea of being Sabaean, or you in conflict with it? The like Queen of Sheba or Hatshepsut, one of her major contributions you can find in the Thule Papyrus. She completed the job. That's beautiful, beloved. I just read yesterday about the science of the Nuwapu, Nub, and Nuwapu. You know what I'm saying? And Baba explained all of that, and the Saba. Nobody has a problem with you being Nuwapians. You seem to have a problem with us being Sabaeans. You know what I'm saying? We still. Yeah, he did say that. He said, be proud Ansars too. Are you a proud Ansar? I'm just saying, like, because you're like Doc said, be proud of the Wapians. He did. He said, be proud Ansars too. When we were in the Ansar school, are you still a proud Ansar? I don't know what that means, brother. Okay, cool. So then you should be a proud Sabaean also. That's what I'm saying. You Ansar, you Nubian Islamic Hebrew, you Heliopolis, Thieves, and Memphis, Sufi, or the Sons of the Green Light. You know, like God, like Saba is found. Dad, Kufa, you want to add on? Because the God, he wants to go in on the Saba. It's all right. He got the right platform.
You know, it's a I'm gonna find it. It's a class in the 80s. Baba's building.
What do you mean by less than Nuwapian?
Oh my goodness.
Go ahead, God. Go ahead. I'll get back to it. He gonna be here all night. He ain't got nothing to do. We cool.
Yeah.
We ain't got...
But there's a class. I'm gonna find it, family. It's an old class in the 80s. Baba talks about us being Sabaeans.
Mm-hmm.
And this was definitely during the Ansar day. When you look when he builds on it, he was breaking down how Muhammad, all of them.
I remember the class. That's a fact. I remember that one. Yeah. I heard it. I played it one night. Like actually a couple of years ago, I was working on an overnight, and I was just playing all the stuff. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. That definitely.
Oh, that's what. Yeah. So he been talking about it.
Talking about it. Baba throws it in, and while we're focused on one thing, he'll lay the foundation for a bunch of the other stuff. Sabaean is before the Quran, brother. You gotta go look at some of the old classes that's up here.
The Quran, yeah.
We'll show Saba is one of the best kept secrets on the planet. See, that's what you brothers don't understand. You looking at things from the point of view of your slave master.
Yeah, we predate the European, we predate the Arabs, the so-called Arabs.
That's right.
We predate all cultures.
That's right.
Just start with that. Once you start and know that you are the beginning of everything, and that's hard for some Nagaros to understand. You are the beginning, not the Arabs of 1400 years ago, not the Christians of 2000 years ago, not the what do you call it, the Judaism, not Judaism 4,000 years ago. You before that, way before that.
Once upon a time is how Baba describes our origin. He doesn't even try to give it a definition.
Exactly.
He says once upon a time. That's what he literally says that. He said it starts off with once upon a time.
Right. Exactly. In fact, I was reading. Give me 1 minute. I was reading something early in Patarak. Let me. Matter of fact, Petty.
Of course, I got Coming Forth by Day, beloved. If you can name the book, I got it.
By Day.
Yeah, the brother asked me.
Oh,
you also the brother. You got the You also are the brother that you don't bear witness to Baba being a Liberian diplomat. Is that your position also? I'm just confirming who you are, because a lot of people don't know me, but I know everybody. Because we hear the watchers are watching. Let's just say that.
Yeah, true that.
But go ahead, God. Pardon me for cutting your wisdom.
No. I'm gonna find something in this scroll here.
All right. I'm trying to look for that. What I just read yesterday about the noob and the Nupu the master was talking about. And we in constant movement. There's another one too.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We in constant movement, God. Mahatsui, I sent you a link, God. If you up to it, we here. This is the bridge of salvation. I don't. Beloved, do you have any books past 2002? Just try to address the psychology. who I'm talking to, so I know exactly what's happening here. Yeah, buddy.
Let's see here.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, yeah, you are. You say yes. You said Baba is not a Liberian diplomat, regardless of his of him constantly saying that he is. Okay, cool. You have a right to believe that. That's just Za'am.
Right.
Yeah, that's just Za'am. But just know that it's a god, a belief. You know what I'm saying? Zikawun Tim Hakat Hakakat. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you got your thing you gonna read? Because
go ahead.
I'm about to go through this bridge of salvation right now.
Do that.
I'm about to go through this bridge of salvation. I already. Yeah, Betty said, "I'm coming, man." Listen, first thing we're gonna say is this: "Ankum rasul khatadkum lake najuzi shalel wasak, anjuf lane akal kum shalel wasak." You wash your body to clean it of filth. Clean also your mind of filth. Okay, let's start there. Ania mumra mukradu shalel WU-SABAT ankum atir pa mijsar laye pa mukradu shalel pa taklos. My beloved children of WU-SABAT, you are the bridge towards the children of the salvation. Pamun Bab Yanun have incarnated with Pa Shafe, the cure to the people's ignorance with WU-SABAT. And you, the children of WU-SABAT, as Musbatu Sabians, are Pa Mutmal'u, the doctors, Pa Mublag'u, the messengers, Pa Muklasu, the saviors. Who are the saviors? You, the children of WU-SABAT. Sabians are the doctors, the messengers, and the saviors. Let's kill that debate on who the saviors are. Take this Shafe cure and break the spell of Kingu, Leviathan. You in the 1600s living in the West were called the Wabanaki, Native Americans, which became many sub-tribes such as the Yamasi, Gentoo from the old ones, from the stars, Anasazi, I am Antique, Musbatu, Sabians, Napatan, Nuwapians, the African black people. Originals of the Musnanu, Sands people of South Africa who spread the world over. Yet those that remained in the motherland, Africa, today were taken into other lands, Rase'at, first by the Muirabu, the Arabs of Arabia, Moravia. Next by the Europeans, Muirapu of Muirapia, of Europe. And then to Amaria, America, to be in bondage for 400 years. Yet that time has ended, and so must end the Akkad beliefs and Thakut, faith, that they were programmed to believe. So being that the bondage is over, so the mental bondage of their belief systems must be over. That's me adding on right there. Okay. 8, the religious mind spell binding of the slave masters of both the Mumaru, the Reds, and the Mubanu, the Whites, the Yellows, Musfaru, Edomites, the Morabu, the Arabs, and the Muadamu, Adamites, and Kakaznadu, the Caucasoids. The tribes, Wabanaki, Wapanui, Musbatu, Asmuni, Wapanaki, Wapanui, Munwapu, Yamasi, and Nasazi, Musbatu were all the same, originating from Napata in Africa, from Ghana's Iwi tribe, Akan clan, and Liberia's Bassa tribe, as well as others found today in what is called Africa and the Dongolaway tribe of Masdan, Sudan. Yet now unite all these into one people as Musbatu Sabians of WU-SABAT and save the children, the bridge to your salvation. So I'm gonna stop right there for now. It's some more shells inside I got some more in the clip. So zacking up. I got some in the clip. Yeah.
It says it all right there.
Yeah, I know, brother. You know, I've been waiting. I've been waiting. If you take one word, what the brother said in Wapian Facts. What does he say? I'm gonna read the brother's stuff. He said they have a device that you can't become anybody. You mean that you can sound like anybody, beloved? You talk about a voice device. I understand that. So what? So what? They had that for years. You ain't heard Darth Vader? You heard that? What's that? What was that joint with the mask scream? You know what I'm saying? Doc is kidnapped from us. That's a fact. The judge on the master's case knew he was a diplomat. That's a fact. Pops is Liberian. That's a fact. Doc said, if you take one word from the truth, it becomes a lie. I don't understand how that's relevant. Right here. You know, the Quran tell you this. I've been reading the British. Yeah. Yo, look, the British Salvation, where it's at. I'm running through these. Matter of fact, I'm gonna run through these comments and then I'm gonna give a shout out to everybody. Tell us when Dr. York had a chance to say it on record. Say what on record? Say what? That he's what? A diplomat? You know what happened? What you are here today is not Doc. Okay, so what you a lot, because a lot of people, the problem with that situation is a lot of people were like, okay, well, if this is what the situation is, Baba was on the status, then why didn't he clarify it from the beginning? Most people don't know that it took us 14 years to get Baba's documentation because of the president, the ex-president of Liberia, Taylor, the brother Taylor, I forgot his first name. Charles. Say again?
Charles Taylor.
Yeah, Charles Taylor. Because he got indicted for war crimes, you know, and they snatched everything in the cabinet, you know, so we had to wait for them to sort that out. And then when it came back around, they had somebody that was bought by the Bushes in Liberia soil running everything, you know, the system. So, the Wapian Facts, what's your agenda? What's your agenda for being here? You could get it from, you know, holla at me on what is it, mama? Cosmic Shop. Right here, this is Nubia Apparel. This is Nubia. I'm a distributor. I distribute Nubia Apparel. So all of the hat, the shirt I make. This is my shirt. You know, this is what we do. This is a sacred feminine joint for the goddesses. You know, we celebrating the goddesses. Yeah. And the country was in civil war and all that. My high tweet. But yeah, God. Any other realistic questions? You got any questions about your holy tablets and stuff? In Sacred Records, iTunes, right? Okay, my hot tweet's here. Tonight is Super Cipher. Okay, so you here on the right night. You about to get the RZA, the Jizza, ODB. You know what I'm saying? You God, Ghostface Killer. Inspector Deck. Raekwon the Chef. And the method, METHOD, you about to get all that tonight. You about to get all that work, beloved. And it's all in the name of Ashok. You know, it's all about love, family. You say, trust me, it's okay, because the fact that you're asking questions, I'm okay with that. But yeah, I've been on your page. You've been putting the Wapian Facts out for years, bro. And then I seen when you switched your pivot. I was like, oh, the guard fell off. Love. Yeah, he's still declaring our indigenous stack. One don't have nothing to do with the other, bro. Like, that's why I read that. That's why I read from the British Salvation showing the indigenous Native American, and when they were being oppressed here in the Americas, they migrated. They went out there and went in Ghana. So we had the family still out there too. Yeah, God. So God, family, what's up, Mahatwi? Oh, yo, Mahatwi, I need to talk to you behind the scenes. We gotta put something together for you, with you and the yeah, we're gonna put something together, you know, so you can come out here and y'all can act up. Nah, it's about acting up. It's about acting up, girl. We here.
I like that.
Yeah, we gotta act up, you know. Listen, Because when God touched down, it's gonna be all work.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, bro. It's gonna be all work. You know. Yeah, man. So I just was putting that out there. This is another joint.
Why acting up, girl?
My tweet. First you was doing push-ups online. Now you gotta say when you having a party over there. What's happening?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right, God. So what's going on? Anything popped in your mind since yesterday? Anything that you wanted to build on with the people?
First of all, if the brother was to go back to the sacred Egyptian initiation that was held on Tamaray, right? In that book itself, Baba mentions the Sirius star constellation, which we know in the glyphs is Sabat or Sabat, right? In the AO lessons, Baba mentions the Sirius star constellation. In the holy tablets, Baba mentions Sirius. In some of the extraterrestrial books, Baba mentions Sirius, and in the Quran it says that Allah is Rabb Asha'ur, and the word Asha'ur is a rendition for the word Sirius. So it's not as if Sirius isn't a part of our doctrine. If you find coming from, because
Go.
Even with Asar is called the Lord of the Underworld, and the reason why they call Sirius the Underworld is because it's below the trajectory of the Orion star constellation. That's why it's called the Underworld. Right? And even in the book of Genesis, chapter it's in the book of Genesis where it talks about Sirius and Orion, Amos 49, I think 49, Jeremiah, and those other two Bible verses. You have to ask yourself, how come they have Sirius and Orion, two Greek words in the Hebrew book, right? But for that mere fact, Sirius is also mentioned in the book that predates the Quran. And as you know, that's also in ancient Egypt. You know what I mean? So there's no doubt, based once again upon language and the facts of what's taught, that Sirius is a part of our doctrine. If we say we are Tamaray, and then we go and say we are pre-dynastic Tamaray, it's all inside the doctrine.
Right.
We got wreck in here tonight. We got a wreck. It's target practice for anybody want to get their thing together. We got a fit brother. You ready to?
Yeah.
I'm getting a call, fam. I'll be back.
All right, God. We appreciate you. You know, make it back when you can. Ron Du is here. Rahul Bad, beloved, peace and blessings. Holla at the. What up, God? Shut tonight, man.
Rahul back, Musa.
Yeah, what up? Yo, you popped in and popped out yesterday. You know, for a second.
Yeah. You know what? I sometimes I like to listen, y'all.
Nah, I hear you. Nah, listen, man. It was so okay. Well, while you was listening, what did you hear? How did you feel the bill went?
Oh, the bill was beautiful, right?
Yeah.
More importantly, I think for the young guard that came, it was adding on, it was asking questions. That's good. So we had the youth, we had the elders. And then the sister came on, the daughters came on. That was beautiful. I enjoyed that aspect because we definitely like to get the sisters, get the goddesses' perspective. They always bring it back, get us in tune.
No, that was extra.
That sacred feminine.
That was extra, God, because she, the time difference, bro. It was 4 a.m.
Right.
She contacted us over here, so
beautiful.
I'm like, wow. She stayed up to rock with us. I was like, yeah, that's what's up. I appreciate that.
And then it's always a blessing to hear from the elders, to get that experience, to get that wisdom, that insight from them. So I definitely enjoyed the bill.
Yeah. I love the fact The young guard, I love that too, because you know a new soul. Yeah. You know, a new soul being, you know, raised up and asking questions and getting in. That's what it's about.
And he's asking the right questions, right?
That's facts.
You can see the motivation in him because he wants to be able to express himself and, you know, allow the world to know who he is and where he's coming from. So you can see that, as the young guard said, the different schools that he went through that actually led him to the path of WU-SABAT. So that was beautiful to see that. And to compare that when you think about, you know, how the master teacher took us through all the different schools to raise us up. And to see the young God having taken that journey on his own, that just tells us the sign of the times that we in this new cycle that's coming upon us, or that's actually here, that which we call, you know, the cycle of Newport, or the sun cycle. And it's important for us to understand these cycles and how these cycles apply to us as beings today. Right, with the information that's been brought to us by way of the master teacher, to realign us, to reform us into who or what we're supposed to be. Right, by nature, again, by natural nature, we cannot, you know, emphasize enough the importance of what Sabaean is for us, or what the science of Sabaean and Sabaeanism is today.
That's right. That's right.
Studying and learning our language, studying and learning our culture, studying and learning our traditions, our ways, as well as nationality, right? Because I see in the chats we got the brother, he's speaking on the fact of him being a Nuwaubian, as if a Nuwaubian is different or something separate from a Sabaean.
Brother, some people have a problem with
separate or different, right? Something separate or different from the Ansar, something separate or different from, you know, or any of the schools of thoughts that we had to go through by way of the religion. We know that the master teachers taught us that there was 3 things that the spell was active and functional through, and how the spell is continued to be enforced on us, right? One of the ways we know, obviously, is something that we speak on a whole lot, which is the religions, first and foremost. Another one he spoke on, another aspect, is by way of the media, right? How the Mukaso uses the media. Secondly, thirdly, and most importantly, in relation to that, is the educational system, right? Or the school, what we call Shewel or hell. So we have to keep these 3 things in mind when dealing with the people and addressing the people about what this spell is, in conjunction in relation to ourselves as Sabaeans from the past up into this present day and time. So that lack of knowledge, that lack of education is where, I guess, you know, some brothers and sisters is having a problem with making a transition. So the question becomes, right? The question becomes, we understand that in the universe, there's always opposing opposite forces, right?
Yeah.
So that's the balance of nature. But those who are unwilling or unable to make the transition, you know, my question is, what is the difference between the Nuwaubian and Sabaean?
Oh, he said the Sabaeans are under, is lesser.
Lesser than what?
That statement is being made because of lack of knowledge. Because we know what the brothers in the research team have been discovering, that Baba has been filtering through the doctrine for years, is the idea that the Saba goes back, man, before even Islam. The Saba goes back, bro. They've been hiding the Sabaism from us, bro. Like, yeah, God, you finished building, brother. I'm just adding on, God. Unless you have to get low.
No. Nah. I put the mic on because you know you can hear the cars. You know I'm always out and about.
Oh, you out and about. You out there in the cornfields. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I pull it back up to the crib, and you know you can hear all the cars. I ain't want to disturb the bill, but yeah.
Yo, Kahil, that's Kahil low. Kahil low. Don't come at the God like that. We all family here, God. Yo, listen. Like you were saying, brother, we go from one school to another. So a lot of brothers, just like from the Ansar, Ansarullah, Nubian Islamic Hebrew, going on to Holy Tabernacle Ministry, it's the same Nuwaubian Nation of Moors. You always have brothers and sisters that hold on to the last school they were in. Most of the time, it's because they raised up in high degrees and they mastered it. So in that school, they were masters of it. And when they go to the next school, they go back to being in the back of the class. You see, but knowledge is infinite. There's no seal on this. We have to, once you look at yourself as a perpetual student, you know what I'm saying? Then it doesn't matter what the school is. It's like, okay, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
You'll never be lost, actually, because you're in all. You see? So once we start compartmentalizing things and not realizing it's just a school, you're gonna start getting stuck. That's the same what happened with religion, the same what happened with the Moorish schools, same what happened with Judaism, Christianity, and all of the different isms that are out there. That's why people are stuck. You know, the Freemasonry, you know, all the so-called secret societies, all of it. It sticks you. It makes you stuck, not realizing you are one of the omniverse.
Absolutely.
So that's you know, you're all in all. Once you start looking at it like that, you out the body. I don't want to sound spooky. It's just comment like because your mind is out the body. So let's just I'm not trying to make it sound deep or whatever, but it's like you'll realize you're connected to all things. You know, and Baba still ain't finished explaining other names. We haven't even got to Murzaku yet. So that's a whole nother overstanding of what providers mean. It's like that's a whole other overstanding right there.
That's right.
He used to call his member back in the night. He was like, we're Cosmosians, you see?
Cosmosians.
So how do you define
all of it is relevant?
All of it is relevant, you know, it's all relevant.
And you got to remember, as Tamarayans, we had different schools of thinking at the same time. You know what I'm saying? You had different gnomes that taught different levels because the brothers and sisters' comprehension level were different. You understand? So it's like okay, like I told the God from the beginning, you know, I'm cool with it. You could be a Nuwapian, bro. I ain't got no problem with it. You better. I'm gonna tell you this much. You better download this WU-SABAT. You call yourself what you want to call yourself. I tell that to the Muslims, the Christians, the Jews, the five percenters, the NOY, the Hebrews. Y'all better get this Patarak in your system. Yeah. I'm trying to tell you that much.
That's what I was about to ask. Has he read any of the Pataraks?
Nah. He hasn't. Because it's a complex where he perceives the stuff that came after his stuff to be lesser than his stuff.
For goodness.
That's why. And so it's like, okay, I'm cool with that.
We came from the lesser to the greater. That's where we're going.
Listen, if you want to question the master that guided us, then that's on you. See, I'm not in the fit to anything because you're not disagreeing with me. I'm not in argument with the brother or anybody that think like that. Right. Because I'm just moving and pushing the doctrine as the master is giving it. And so when that's why I'm always got all these books around. So when you going against what I'm saying, it's right here. I'm reading it. I'm like, look, boom, 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 boom. That's not you against me. That's you against the God.
So let me ask this question then, girl. Right. Again, the N, W, the B.
I just did that yesterday.
We can say the P, right? Exactly, because we have to go back into that, the language.
I did that yesterday, girl. Yeah.
So my question is this, right? We understand that Nupu, when we go into the degrees, we get back into, in 1963, 1967, when the master teacher actually began to teach us or came on the scene to teach us the right knowledge, right?
Yes.
You have what is called Nupu, the cycle of Nupu. So Nupu, Nuwapu, Nubian, all these are one and the same.
Absolutely, because of the root 3 consonants, the N and the P, N, W, and the P, too.
Right. Now, animism, right? So that this is the base. This is the base of the culture, right? So, animism, which we relate to Sabianism, right, is one and the same. So we know that Sabianism is animism. So do we know what animism is, right? So we're talking about the spiritual sciences of Nupu. Overstood. We talk about the spiritual science of Nupu, right? So Nupu, which is the all expanded, broken down through these cycles. We call it what? We can say that the black essence, the all in all. We know what this is. Born within that is Saba, right? Which gives us the spiritual science or the culture of Nupu. These are the actions of Nupu, because Saba means the stars. Now we have to understand, okay, when we say a star, what exactly, or what are we talking about? What did the master teacher teach us about stars? So now we go from looking at the sun in the sky as just a star, as just a source that governs and controls the solar system here on this 9 planets, etc. So now we start to understand the elements of these stars, what produced the stars. So now we're talking about the star dust. We speak on the Mafhuzat. What comes from the stars? The Mafhuzat. This Mafhuzat being carried to us by way of these sun rays, reaching the planet Earth. This is Nupu. So Nupu and Saba is one and the same. So you have the culture, you have the people, and you have their spiritual sciences in which people express themselves through. What are their spiritual sciences? These are their laws, these are their codes, these are their traditions, this is their language, this is their identity. This is how they signify, show forth, and prove their existence. So we're dealing with the natural sciences, the natural nature. So there's no distinction between a Sabian or Nuwapi. They're actually one and the same. So not knowing that, dealing with the culture or the nationality of a people and their spiritual sciences is where the problem may come in that here. So if we're just looking at it, okay, as Nuwapian as just another name or just another school of thought, that's not what that was. When we entered into Nuwapu, the master teacher told us that this is who we actually were, because he tied it back into the ancient languages.
Yes, Nuwapu is not the same as the Sumerianism school.
Right. This is not a school of thought. This is where we're going.
That's a fact.
This is not a school of thought. We had the 8 degrees that led us back into the 9th gate.
That's right.
At the 9th gate, right? The Ifsu or the Ifsu, we know that this opens us back up to take us beyond the sun of this cycle or the sun that governs this plane here. Right? This plane of reality. It's taking us beyond that. Now we're starting to learn about the star constellations that we actually came from. And that's always been there. Yeah. We can go back to through all the scrolls the master teacher has always talked about our journey, right, beyond and through the stars and how we got to, right, Tiamat or the planet Earth today. So we know that we are Nuwapians, Sabians, everywhere. Anywhere we go. This is what it is. In the 9-ball or Bible interpretations behind the 9-ball, he's explaining that wherever an Ethiopian, which is a Nuwapian, the ethers, right, utopian, right? Wherever we are, this is who we are within the boundless multiverses.
Bro, we Nupu, we on the green, we from the green zone,
the dual verse, the triverse.
That's right. Back to the
so
omniverse.
We're talking about before, back to the omniverse. This goes back into what I was teaching the young brother about, how to show and prove his existence through creation. So the creative process is what Sabian or Sabat is teaching us by way of the animism, because it links us and connects us directly back to those energy forces. Whereas when it was brought to us in the form of what we say, you know, if the brother want to say Nuwapian, so the Nuwapian was the introduction to us actually returning back to our old spiritual science or our original spiritual sciences, that which they call ancient, that which preceded those religious schools of thought which we were trapped into.
Well,
so he walked us out of them, brought us back to that 9th gate, and he opened up the gate with the key.
Because of the new cycle.
We have the Ankh Tui, right? We learned about the Ankh. Now we have the Ankhtui, right? The resurrection.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a new age. This is a new cycle. We return back to the cycle of Newport. So this is why Sabaean, the science, the culture, the spiritual science of our people are necessary today. So we have a name, we have a culture, we have a language, and now we're seeking to get back our land. Ultimately, because we have to rebuild what? Sabaean.
Yeah, but
there has
that
to be the environment.
Any place on the earth.
Any place on the earth. Wherever there's a Sabaean, you establish Sabaean. Right? This is what your duties are. This is what you're obligated to do as you bear witness to being a Sabaean. This is the culture. So Nuwabian Sabaean is no different. Sabaeanism is Nuwabianism, if you want to call it that. Right? So the distinction, I mean, maybe somebody have a different perspective. Maybe there was something the master teacher said differently, which I doubted. I never came across it. I don't see the distinction or the differences to where a Nuwabian is not a Sabaean. No, that's incorrect. According to my understanding.
Yeah, listen, I'm with you.
Maybe the elder God can shine some light on that.
Okay, we about to go. You reading something to us? Cause I got the what's your name? That's the elemental ceremony, right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got the ones who replaced them. After you finish that, I wanna
Well, I just want to say that Baba did say that his constellation is Sirius.
Yes.
He said it, right?
Yes.
And when you go into certain books, we will see that the master teacher, in actual fact, does address Sirius.
Of course, because he did associate with the Dogon, the Nomos, and their what's that? Every 60 something years.
Yeah, the
revitalization. That's right. Absolutely.
Right.
Oh,
so
yes.
When you say not Sabah, not Sabaean, only Nuban, Nuwabu, really is the word Nabawa, where you get the word Nabi from, as a prophecy, right? It goes into Nub, the gold and the color brown, and all that stuff,
Yes.
right? But before any of that, right? Because remember, Napata is a place on the planet Earth, right? Where we have the Nabta Playa in Africa, right? Before that came the star information. Before the earthly realm came the heavenly realm. When you go into ancient Egypt, in the temple of Hathor at the Dandora, you will see both Asar and Ashtat being recorded as traversing the skies, and they mention there Sahat and Sabat. And Sabat is Saba, which is the extended arm, the triangle, and the five-pointed star, right? It's recorded inside the proof. So if Baba is giving us pre-dynastic Egypt, because once again, in Science of the Pyramids, he had the pyramids of Napata on there, right? So if Baba is teaching us about all this ancient pre-dynastic information, then Saba is real. That's it.
That's real. We going, like you said, the doctrine is pre-dynastic. We're going back to the origin. As it was in the beginning, so should it be in the end. I'm gonna read this, and I'm gonna it's like it's probably like 3-4 pages. So check it. It says Munwapuhum, the ones who replaced them. Right. This is from Adamites long killing, the ones who replaced them. Master Secret. I'm pretty sure my brother don't have this because he don't read nothing after 2002. He's very limited in his affirmation. We got everything that he got, but he ain't got nothing we got. It's terrible.
Right.
Anyway, what could I do?
How do you measure and compare?
Huh?
I said, then how do you measure and compare?
Stop. You know, like, I mean, we
Gotta
here.
take the measure, right, Gar?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, aye more mudrasu, wukradu. My beloved students and children, you are being raised to nawup, replace those before you who only believed in what was told to them and told to only use takuk or takak, faith, and akad beliefs. Now, my beloved, they are nawupa, replaced by our sawib tarak, true way, nawumhum, replacing them. So anwup, replace their chazab at lies with our truth. Now you know the kasud meaning of NWP or NWB, the consonants for replace, substitute, and germinate. They replace something or someone. The very madat word I used in the Bade beginning in 1970 AD, Nubian, comes from this same root lettering in Haburui, Hebrew. You see in Hebrew Strong's number 5107 to 5109, you see Nubui or NWBY or Nub with NWB. Nubui means fruitful and germinate. Nub means germinate or to bring forth. In Arabui or Arabic, representation, Nubian, substitution. In Sabaean or Sabaic, you see replace, substitute, or substitution. Okay? So you see, in fact, Nuwap is really Nawup or Nawub and is Nubian. You have been mixed within these past 400 years in the West. You are Nubians just as Nubia is South Makmat, Egypt, north of Sudan. The original Nagaru Negroids were mixed with invaders, which is why so many don't have Wabar Napi here today. So they are called Nubians. This is also you today. Many skin who and different textures of Wabar here. You are Nuwapu, Nuwabu, Nuwapu, Nuwabu. And you're raised by the renewer to renew the Lamad the teachings for our own people worldwide with Wu Nawap. Speaking Nuwapui, setting up Nuwapia worldwide. Now, my beloved, Nuwapu Shalel Wu Nawap. Nuwapians of Wu Nawap. You know the meaning of your attribute and why I, Pandabab Yanan, and the secret Yanun, kept it as our best kept Kadash secret from the public for so many Shamutat years, that no one saves us, can defend us. No, the Adamu or the Arabs who always seek to categorize all others, always trying to miniaturize all others, always trying to diminish all others' greatness, because they, as Adamu to Shayethu, or Adamites to Sethites to Enoshites, have been made to forget their past, Mayuds. They have lost their original Safa'at books of their history, his stories. They can't remember their origin. So they seek all others past, and then they seek to name you and define you according to their own definitions to others' purposes, putting them in their dictionaries as what they want them to be, just another religious group. So I held the true meaning of who we are by placing letters in between the three root letters with a kind of system that they could never forget. And down, I'm going to read some more up to the fictions. And I informed you that when they ask you what it is, the meaning of Nuwapu or Nuwup, you would say simply point to yourself and say, I am a Nawap, right? They would ask then what does Wu Nawap mean? That is my cultured way of life. No, I mean, what does the word mean? And you would say, I just told you, okay, then what is your religion? Fatar, or you can say animism, right? We as Nuwapu of Wu Nawap, speaking Nuwapuyi or Sabaeanism, Mispatia live by the rules of Fatir al-Fatah, natural nature. We as Nuwapians of Wunuwap Natuk, speaking Nuwapuyi, live by the Hakakat, actual facts. Only Sawab, truth and confirmations. We do not live by faith or belief or fictions, legends as taught by the Adamites. Let's start right there. So so Baba's explaining the 3-part of the noob. That noob is always, so you'll see that as far back as we go, and you're gonna see it always continuing into the future. That noob, and it means replacement and substitute and germination. That's what it means. That NWP, NWB, he switched it from B, he said they were interchangeable. You understand what I'm saying? So, we just gotta always remember, like, it's just like he says, like, we are still to the day, we are the answers because we have the answers. You understand? Mm-hmm. So, so the Sabaeans, again, are also part of the replacement. We have, when you look at the Sabeg language, right, we were calling it Nuwapuyi, even with the matter of fact, I have the book right here, The Language of Time. Even so, we in the language of time, and we calling it Nuwapuyi, but on the cover we seeing this a big language, So like, I don't care, brother, what you call yourself. You better make sure you read these books. Listen, and just for the brothers that are debating with the brother, he has a right to believe what he want to believe. We're not believers, and we're still walking with the master. Second, the master is kidnapped and locked up. I don't never want nobody to downplay that, because he's suffering. And when you get into this mystical, he's not in there, and he's not, then you won't be activated to do anything to help. You know what I'm saying? And for those of us that have been inside the Sijin, that's the time you need the help. That's the time when people show you that they love you for who you are. Period. Point blank. So.
Through that.
So I mean, again, the brother has we on different levels. The master clarified all, because I'm like, even whatever you think you are, right? You're gonna be held responsible for what you do, while the master been taken from us. We all are gonna be held responsible for what we doing while the master is taken from us, and we need to get him back. So if your route is through the like if you're going through the indigenous routes, God, see, and that's where the offense come in, because you want to say, oh, y'all less than the Wapians. That's an opinion. It's a disrespectful opinion, because you in a Sabaean platform spitting venom at the Sabaeans. We're not in your house. We're not in your house moving furniture. All right? You've been invited in the house. Come on in. Y'all come on in. So.
But take your shoes off.
That's what I'm saying, God. That's what I'm saying.
Don't bring dirt in the house.
Yeah, that's what we saying. So, anything else, anything pertinent? Because I'm gonna tell you, I was in the middle. Things got deep yesterday. I wasn't really trying to get deep yesterday. I was trying to Now Friday's an open forum, God. You should have been here yesterday. It's Freestyle Fridays, off the top of the head. So you came here to spread your doctrine. Ain't nobody was going. You ain't got no platform. You ain't nobody's over there in Wapian Facts. Because brothers go there to get the information from his brother and all that. Yeah, but then he started switching up. He started switching up. But yeah, let me ask y'all, how many of y'all still
what do you want to build on?
Yeah, I just finished reading that.
Yeah. I want to read something real quick.
Go ahead. Mahatri gonna read something.
Verse 4, right? Read this. You in the 1600s living in the West were called the Wabanaki. You all seen that?
Yep. I read the next page. I read from 9 to 11.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
It mentioned the Wabanaki again.
Right, and the status is also mentioned.
It mentions the Wabanaki, Wapanui, Munwapu, Anasazi, and Muspatu.
Correct. And
on verse 9.
And verse 5 says, Musbatu, Sabaeans, Napata, Nuwapians.
The African black
all
people.
one and the same.
That's right.
All one and the same.
Originals of the Sans people of South Africa who spread the world over.
So there's no argument. There's no argument here.
Not for anybody with nine-mind reason who don't want to argue.
Yeah, that's
now,
no
peep this. Peep this.
What's that? The proof?
The proof.
Okay.
Right? I need my glasses, but I ain't got none. It says on page 28, verse 106, where is this heaven exactly? Not far away up there. Where? Let us show and prove in this WU-SABAT the proof where the deity is in Job 9:9, which maketh Taurus, Orion, and Pleiades as the chambers of the south. That is, south of Orion, where you find is a Sirius star system. The Bible and Quran tells us exactly where the deity dwells. And it says in Arabic, وَأَنَّهُ هُوَ رَبْ أَشِيرُ.
Ashiru.
And surely he is Master Lord of Sirius. Then it goes on, talking about Quran 53:49, Quran 96:1. And on the next page, Baba shows where it says on page 30, subtext.
That's right.
And it shows that one glyph, the loaf, the star,
the 5-star, that 5-pointed star. That's right.
And the 5-pointed star symbolizes the feminine.
That's right.
Now, so that's Sirius right there. Then when you go to page 119, he shows the Hebrew term right there, Sabbath. Or Zayin, right? Zayin, Beth, and Aleph as Zabbath. Right? Then you go on and you see the hieroglyphs right there that represent Sabbath. Right?
That's right.
In the Wallace Budge book on hieroglyphs, he mentions Sabbath. And it even means a doorway or a gateway. Right?
Yep.
So there's no argument because Baba is the one who is the opener. Amun, Nub, Reye, Achach, Patah.
God, the brothers that naysayers, right? They need to see Baba write the books. They've never seen him write a book before in their life, but now they need to see him write it in order for it to be real. Let me tell you how deep this go, God. Once Baba come home, because he already confirmed it on the audio years ago with the Patriarchs and all that, right?
Yes,
so now these niggas running around with the campaign talking about, oh, that's a voice altering technology, and that's what they did with him. And it's like, bro, these are the same niggas that's gonna say, yo, when the master come home, oh, that's a clone, that's not him. So it ain't got nothing to do with what we say. They don't want it. They are where they are. They don't want it. Baba's gonna come out. They're gonna be like, oh, that's a clone. That's not him. He don't teach like that. He don't talk like that. You can see the setup a mile away. So let them. You can hold on to your holy tablets. Hold on to all the 2002 books back, and then and enjoy, God. It's okay. This WU-SABAT ain't like nothing you ever seen, beloved. This WU-SABAT is different, and no, respectfully.
Right.
Respectfully.
Totally different.
Yeah, man. So like, you know, we putting the guards on, we putting the people on, you know, and I I actually appreciate the banter and how people feel. Right back, Moisa. Right back. Let me get a shout out so everybody know official who's here and who's troublemaking. And the Wappy, in fact, he said, we set the record straight. Who's we, God? It better be more than one person there with you. Raul back, Wappy, in fact, you still do Raul back, or should I say peace to the lamb is truly wonderful, and shalom and all that to you. Raul back, Israel, Kahil, Raul back to the family. Raul back, Lewis Harris. Yeah, he's out of control, beloved. Raul back. But that comes, come with. We always got, we always had him in the family. It ain't nothing. Right. Give him a hug, show him some love. Raul back, Prince Eli. Raul back, Reginald Hudson. What's up, family? How you doing? Peace and blessings. Raul back. Aha. What's going on? Aha. I see you. Raul back. Yeah. I appreciate everybody for spending time with us. Derek Rose. He said, you definitely will reveal yourself in the last days. Yeah. So the Al-Tui, according to the brother, is also it's called a double cross because it was associated with Satan. And I like that he said that because we know with Satan and Satan was dealing with 6, and we know that 6 was dealing with, Tahuti and going back to Ninga Zeta with the garden. So see, but he doesn't know that because that's he's 2002. He didn't get the updated build, but it's okay, But we don't mess with Baphomet. That's Bobby Hemmett and them, and Brother Panic and all them niggas over there. We don't do with that over here, God. yeah. Factology. But Raul back, Derek Rose, Raul back, Lewis Harris. Probably said it before, and anybody else that come through. Yeah. Oh, you pulling out old school joints. Ajib, Raul back, God. Raul back, beloved. Yo, so one of the things I was asking about.
So they got the facts.
Yeah, he don't want no facts, bro. Knowledge seeker, Raul back. And I think he brought some people with him, and they playing the hustling game back and forth. Can you tell me about that jewel? Break that down for me, Nwapi and facts. I'm looking at these niggas throwing the ball back and forth. I'm like, these niggas is crazy. We come up here playing all that. Yeah. I'm like, yo, break that down for me, Nwapi and facts. Give me the jewels. Raul back, Ralph Edwards, Raul back, Eternal Entertainment Television, Raul back, Silos, Congas. Yeah, yo, excellent show. You too, brother. We gotta build with you. Okay.
Yeah. And keep in mind too, because the brother, I guess he promoting this lower and highest, thing going on here. The dichotomy he trying to create here,
But that's European. That's still part of European, the competition.
Exactly. Ain't no low and higher here, Musada. We all won.
All expanding.
Yeah, we won. All expanding.
Oh,
all expanding.
And tell him we do research.
But this is how individuals are able to start to create their own doctrines or these false doctrines, right? Because now you start getting people to attract to that. Right? Oh, so the Sabaeans is lower than the Nuwapians? Like, where you get that from? Exactly. Don't start creating these false narratives out here.
And and this is why it's hard to even address it. You know why? Because he doesn't accept any of the books after 2002.
Well, that's why I asked what facts? Because you keep using the term facts. Well, what facts are you leaning on? Because the fact of the matter is, this is where the Nuwapians are today.
Nah, he thinks the 6
are the Nuwapians of yesterday.
Nah, the 6, 7 brothers he with is the tribe. Those 6, 7 brothers that's rolling with him is the tribe. They're the only ones there for the master.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's that special shit. Excuse my language. I don't want to be cussed. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm going to look at Greece.
Pull the scrolls out, let's dance.
That's why I'm going to look at Greece after this is over. I'm going to purge the white thing out of my system. I'm looking at John Travolta.
Pull the scrolls out, let's dance.
Nah, it ain't even no dancing because the dude, the brother don't even care. He's like, He don't even care. He said, "Bring all the old stuff out so I can swing with y'all." The keys of Solomon. Oh my goodness. We went from facts to actual fact. Bro, it's like we constantly moving. I don't understand. This is the same. Look, everything that's going on with him.
The living, breathing doctrine.
Mahatri.
Huh?
Where the transition went from Nubian Islamic Hebrew to Holy Tabernacle Ministries. This was the same type of mentality that the people held on to. Like, nah, what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? When they Ansar the Law, Nubian Islamic Hebrews, everybody they fought that tooth and nail. It was like, nah, we not going.
Repeat this, right? In 1990, Baba tested us, right?
Uh-huh.
He said, I want you all to take off that garb, right? Sisters, go ahead, take off the kimar, and go out into the world. And people broke camp. You hear me?
Yeah, that's how the mosques got big.
And when they broke camp, Baba said it was a test, come back. And people did not come back, brother.
Mm-hmm.
You understand where I'm coming from? Because remember, there's a nifsu min shaban. There's a night when the tree is shaken, right? The loti tree. And when the leaves fall off the tree, those are the ones that's going to leave, that Baba said years ago. So people let go, they leave. And some people just don't want to make some people just don't want to make their way back. And that's what causes the argument, because the argument is based upon religion.
Yeah. They don't understand that a lot of that doctrine from that school we done with. The Sumerianism doctrine, when you go back to, you want to look at old scrolls, when you go back to the Ashutat book, right? And Maguraj is one of them. Ashutat Maguraj, it mentions Sumerianism along with Mohammedism, Sufism, Christism, and Mosesism as the isms that we had to go through to get to where we at. So it was still one of the schools. So you still dealing with the Anunnaki. I bet hold up, you still dealing with the Anunnaki God? I know you ain't still dealing with the Anunnaki God. Nuwapi in facts. Are you dealing with the Anunnaki? Yes or no? Because that's gonna let us know whether to play you close or not. Because you dealing with the Anunnaki, you know you on the menu. You know you part of the food. This is food for the God doctrine. Yes, you're dealing with the Anunnaki. Okay. Enjoy, beloved. You know what I'm saying? Your last words is going to be hot sauce and ketchup. That's the last thing you're going to
hear. Well, that explains it, people.
Yeah, you know, and that's cool because we mix.
Well, so you know what that does for us? What that does, right, it proves what the master teacher did. Facts, actual facts. You know, the brother said, you know, that's a term that was started by the Nation of Islam, right?
Absolutely.
Again, here's the importance of knowing language, right? Understanding the language from our language, right? Not their dialects. But anyway, so here we have the brother said those are not actual facts.
He ain't never read them.
This is what I'm saying. He ain't presenting their fact yet.
He's a believer. He's a believer. Because you can't even have a conversation with him.
Dealing with the Anunnakis, right? This is a genetic doctrine, right? So we know and understand by this being a genetic doctrine that some of us that did lecture in schools, it's quite clear that your genetics is not lining up with the science. You can only be raised but so far, and that's cool. You can be the fool for the gods. They're gonna come, they got you. You can wait on them, but you know what's going on. Because if you know the complete doctrine of the Anunnaki, you know that's where that comes from. You want to deal with the Pleiadians and all these other different entities that don't have your best interests, then that's on you. Don't say you wasn't warned.
That's it. We just here to warn the God. You know, when you look at Man from Planet Risk, that's from his timeline, his time cycle. You'll see that the species of the Anunnaki was separated from the species of the Riskians, which was separated from the species of the Nibiru and the Pleiadians, right? So you see, even though up to that point we thought they were all one and the same, Baba split them up and showed us the different profiles. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, but you can't force people to grow past their own comprehension. You know, like, so if he's the savior of the Nuwapians, because he held on to the Anunnaki, more power to him.
And really, you can take all the supreme mathematics, pull them up to the actual facts that the Master Teacher put out now, because he said to go back and read the supreme mathematics.
All the extraterrestrial joints, that's right.
Exactly. The man put that in sync with dimensional shift, it falls right in
was
sync.
created from.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Healing.
Yeah. And that's why he said he put the books out of sequence.
Extraterrestrials and creation.
Those extraterrestrial books ahead of their time.
Yeah. Go ahead, Khufu.
Yeah. I was just saying, like, God is God an extraterrestrial. It's like those books are ahead of their time. So, but he gave us a little bite of it back then. But when you read the actual facts, that connects with all of those extraterrestrial series. You read the actual facts that we have in our present, in our hands now. It updates it and it clarifies more.
That's real.
Yeah. That's real. So I'm thinking the brother got questions, but he's just making statements. Like the brother's not showing
exactly.
it.
Well,
no, because but to have a question,
referring us to the Holy Tablets, chapter 6.
To have questions though is to show that he has respect and he think that we could teach him something. And in his mind, his approach to the scenario and the exchange is that we're less than. Smash the like button. Go ahead, God. That's what I'm telling you. Yo, we got mad videos with hundreds of brothers looking and sisters looking at the joint and like 20 likes.
Come on.
That ain't right. That ain't right, beloveds. That ain't right. Don't do it like that. That don't cost nothing to hit that like button.
Share, like, and subscribe.
Yeah, the brothers is looking at the like button like, F that nigga. I ain't hitting that like button. You lucky I don't put the dislike button, nigga. Like, hit the like button. Now, look, I don't want to spend all night talking about the brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Come on Friday where I'll bring you up here and you bring your argument to the people that you're trying to mislead the souls of the people because you lack an understanding. And we talk to you and we have some more brothers here to explain in detail to you. I mean, you still bear witness to the Anunnaki. You don't bear witness to none of the Patsadak, actual fact, master secrets, anything else that came on. You missing like a whole doctrine, bro. You still you talk about Baba is not a Liberian. You like going against like what we could do with that? We can't do nothing with that.
Yeah.
And the master like we going through the burning sands. We going through the burning sands. We can only pick people up that fell in front of us.
Right.
We can't be going back, double backing and picking people up. He said that's not going to work because you're going to get burnt. You're going to get caught with them in the desert. So I'll meet you ahead, God. So outside of that, let's talk about some of these the natural disasters that's happening.
In front of me so I can help you up, because if you fall behind, you're gonna get left behind.
We can't do none of that.
Right.
Talk about the natural disasters that's taking place and how that ties into what's going on with the doctrine upon the thought. You know what I'm saying?
Put it like this.
Never
stop burning yet.
Set it off. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, California never stopped burning.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that. California is the West Coast or Cali in that area. Matter of fact, it's going near Mount Shasta right now. They got a fire going near Mount Shasta right now as we speak. And it's not going to stop. It's continuous. I mean, Master to speak about the what do you call it? The fires, the sinkholes. I mean, it's like noise in the noise in the sky. That's another thing.
Yeah.
The weather, the anomaly in the weathers. A lot of people don't know this. On maybe people know this one. On I think it's August the 29th, I think. Katrina hit August 29th. Harvey hit August 29th. And I think it's another one. They all hit on August 29th. Now, what storm hits the same place at the same time every year? That doesn't make sense. So not only are they messing with the weather machines and all that, but still the weather is still out of whack. You know, record temperatures. You know, I mean,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, that's seven thunders.
Yeah,
that's the prophecy of the seven thunders, and we know in this last day and time, or the end of this cycle that we call the Zupul cycle, or you know, the cycles that's been governed by the six ether forces. We know that they are in a decaying cycle and they're burning out. It's on its last leg. And these signs, which the brother just named for us, the seven thunders. I don't know if Pharaoh got the tabs right there with him.
But yeah, I ain't gonna lie, but I'm gonna tell you this. First of all, I'm gonna say I'm done with the Wapian facts. He talked about Baba passed the baton on to him in the year 2000.
Yeah,
Okay, that was it right there. That's all.
Try to build with the brother, see if he had any real relevant questions.
He don't want that. I said, okay, he's gonna give me this whole spiel that they asked to borrow $5. So
no.
Next thing I'm gonna say is
low. Don't even pay the God, don't mind.
Oh yeah, no. He can have him. They can have him. He can have Khalil Low. He's gonna take care of that. But now, those things are inside the tablets. But what I want to say is that, especially being that NYB Facts is here, being that the tablets is out of date, right? I don't want to refer to the seven thunders in it, as opposed to in the actual facts that Bob was talking about these weather patterns upon the Thar, looking to get rid of Pamukasu because their time on the planet is over. And we going through these catastrophes because we're still up under them. And we haven't removed ourselves. See, like when they look at this gentrification, the recolonization project that they have all over the world, that's them hiding under us. They want to hide under the Melaninites because they know who we are. So it's like, okay, it's less chance of them getting smashed if they with us, if they around us. So we gotta get away from them because they're not gonna get away from us.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Yeah, God.
Case in
point, go ahead.
Is as well. Case in point, viruses as well. That's another foretold that was coming. I think in the fact is God light. He builds on. He shows the coronavirus in there. He shows the catastrophe in there. You know what I mean? Like before that was in 2000. That book. Help me out with this, fam. That book I think came out in 15 or 16. Is
with the corona?
Yeah.
He literally showed the coronavirus. Shoot.
That book came out like 15 or 16 because I remember I copped it. And I was like, this is way ahead of its time, and here it is. This thing pops up. How many years later?
Just like that.
I'm talking about rip havoc. You know, so that's a disaster. You know, that's a natural disaster from nature. Now, you know what? It was deep. People might say, well, okay, they made it in the lab in Wuhan, and you know the what do you call it? Harvard, they was involved with it.
Oh yeah, he's showing. Look, Mahatu's showing it right now.
There you go right there. However you want to put it, nature is in control. The Nathar is in control. They're the one that if they want it to be out, it's gonna be out. If they don't want it to exist, it won't exist. That's why those Kakasus are used. They've been used by extraterrestrials so much How do people know that the Nathar don't use them? The Nathar can use them too, because their mind so wicked, and they so into that self hate. Not, that's why the message said they're gonna what do you call it? Their downfall is gonna be their hate.
That's right.
So people like him, people like what do you call it? Bill Gates, talking about blocking out the sun, trying to mess with the viruses and trying to put his little 2 cents in everything. That's just that demonic nature that they have in them. It has to come out. That's what people don't understand.
That's right.
Their nature is coming out.
Well, that's what happens when everything about them is coming out. First their nature, and then the less we mix in with them, you're gonna see their physical features manifest in the beast-like way that's really in their genes.
Do that.
Excuse me. Before the shutdown, you had all these incidences of cannibals. People eating people, attacking people, just biting them on their faces and all that. This is their energy. And a matter of fact, there was another book from Yahya that his son put out, talking about with Yahya travels with Baba, and there's a story in there. It was like how they was on a train.
I know this man.
And I know this man. And Yahya and his Mukasa was doing a stare off on the train. And Baba leaned over to Yahya and was like, yo, you want that savage to come over here and bite your nose off? You know that they're savages. They beasts. That's their nature. Like, why are you looking at this dude like that? And it's like, we know not what we dealing with when we dealing with these beings. We call it, because they like men. They act like men. They know how to mimic the movements of men. But they are 1/4 humanoid. They're 1/4 human, 1/4 canine, 1/4 simian, and 1/4 porcine or pig. So that's what we dealing with. And they can't get rid of the smell. Okay, it's just what it is. They can't get rid of it. I don't know how they do them hot summer nights with the Mukasu men and women, the brothers and sisters that's messing with them. You smell that stuff. Don't do that. Okay, hold up. Before I bring Petty on, because Petty gonna shut it down, let me read this. Let me read this about, look, the original humanoids, because this is dealing with something about the 9 species of Nagaru, right? The original or first humanoids grown on the planet Earth were flesh and blood beings grown by deities called Natharu, who originated here from Orion, Sa'ahat, and Sabatat Sirius star systems into the Mayat waters, then onto the Sakar land, using 9 reason and the rules and cycles of absolute natural nature. And there were grown 9 original species out of the one called the dwellers. They dwelled in the water, the land, the sky, the caves, the hills, the deserts, the swamps, the trees, the forests. 9 species of the original, as compared today to the 4 major races and numerous subdivision races, and the last, the white race. The original 9 species, Atum, Tefnut, Shu, Nut, and Geb, Isis, Osiris, Nephis, and Seth. So those original 9 species, and then they are from the sea onto the land by way of Nun, Tat, and Nun. These are the 8 Agdoads, Hitat and He, Kiktat and Kek, Amuntat and Amun of Ptah. The 9 deities were originated at different intervals of time and over time came into existence in Africa, oversaw by Pamurazaku, the providers or Razaku who sent Pamuntaru or the overseers. Since the original Pamutsa'u and Neads from Pamutmamu, the Agdoads, the Neads is the 9, right? We talk about the 9 original species of Nagaru, and then from the Pamutmanu, that's the 8, the Agdoads, flesh and blood deities and blood and spirit, once grown or created, never cease to exist in spirit form or formula as long as this universe lasts. Pamutmamu, the Agdoads, the octave beings. Agdoads, octaves, what's that? 8 octaves? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And then Pamutsa'u, the Aeneads, the 9 beings. Ending this line and beginning onward of the same never ending is at the horizon or Horus, hara, of evolution and on seed after seed. Isis, Mean, Osiris, Horus, Imseti, Happy, Duamutef, and Kebesenuf. This was the metamorphosis or transmute composition and form to become human beings. Existence how and why, that's right. And animals at different intervals of time through egg and sperm processes. The so-called new term panspermia simply means spreading sperm across the world or around the planet, one end to the other. I wanted to really focus on that because of the 9 species and the 9 places on Earth that where they dwell. They call them the dwellers. What's that? Kabatu. That's the word. That's the bird that they use. Kabatu. Or Kabetu. Or it's inside the matter of fact, the brother might like it because that's definitely inside the sacred records of Atum Ray. So the water. So if you look at it, the water, the land, the sky, Atum, Tefnut, Shu. The caves, the hills, the desert, Nut, Geb, and Isis, the swamp, the trees, and the forest, Osiris, Nephis, and Seth. So those are the 9 species of the Nagaru and the 9 dwelling places of them. And let's go. This is coming out of Intelligent Design, Divine Design, or Plot of Aliens. And that came way after 2002. So my brother, he gonna get access to that. Welcome, Petty, to the platform. Rahul back, beloved. What's up, God? How you been?
Rahul back.
Rahul back, bro.
Rahul back. You guys can hear me?
Tour. You good, God?
All right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, I threw that out there to start some controversy.
Been, brother, where you been?
Petty,
how you been, God? What's up?
All is good. All is good. I mean, I've been listening. I was listening. You guys, interesting conversation.
Oh yeah, that's what we call it. You want to call it that?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. So you've dealt with that mentality, that approach to the doctrine. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. What I find interesting about it is, I think if you first of all, the master talks about Sabaean being one of our cultures in the Let's Set the Record Straight. I put that in the comment section.
Yes, that's a fact.
If you go to it's on page 178 on because he obviously he's only identifying with the older doctrine, but if you look at the older doctrine, the things that we're teaching in the new doctrine is basically a lot of the same principles. So I'm not sure what the challenge the brother is having, because if we call ourselves Nawapians, what do we say Nawapian means? Those who make decisions based on sound right reasoning. So our job is to reason out things, to analyze things, study it, and to see if it reasons out. Now, if there's anything we're saying in actual facts and part to that doesn't reason out, then he should ask those kind of questions.
Facts, but he doesn't read them in order to ask those questions.
Then how can we say, we're Nawapian, we supposed to deal with right knowledge,
found right reasoning?
Yeah, and so because the master teacher, if you look at the mythology book, he talks about, the master saying that it's in the very beginning, actually, in the introduction to that particular book, he goes into saying it's not so much about trying to verify what he's teaching by looking at other people's stuff, but to verify based on your own soul, to be able to reason it out from your own soul.
That's right.
And that's in the mythology scroll. So the brother can look at it. It's in the first 2 pages where the master is explaining that. Because we have to get to the point where we can reason out what we know and what we teach, because that's how you elevate, in your intellect.
But true or false, being that it's a genetic doctrine, if you don't have it, because the intelligence, it's in the genes. So if you don't have it to go to that next level, you won't got it to go to the next level. Doesn't that play into that same equation?
Yeah, I mean, that is true. I'm just saying for those individuals who are questioning us,
Got you. That's
for those who are questioning us, then question what we're teaching. That was the whole point of the newcomers class.
That's
For
right.
people to question what we're teaching
And see if it reasons out.
So that our job is to stand on facts. So if anything we're teaching is not facts, they should be able to reason it out, because he seems to be making a claim he has a superior doctrine than what we have right now.
That's what he's saying.
And if he has a superior doctrine, then that doctrine should be able to out-reason what we're teaching right now.
What we're teaching, exactly.
Yeah. But he's not reading
what we're saying.
I don't understand how he's cross-referencing to make the decision and measuring if he's not reading it.
Yeah, because see, the question becomes: is it about the master or is it about the doctrine?
Yeah, that's real. But that's why I said that even when Baba come home, right? This is the type of people that's going to be talking about, oh, he's a clone, because of the cognitive dissonance, not accepting the fact that they was walking on the wrong route. So it's going to be like, oh, that's not him. They lying.
The master said in the how to prove the existence of the Most High, he had two types of students. One type of student rather worship God, and the other type of student was working to become God.
Facts.
And so, the whole point is to elevate your intellect so that you can get to a level of sound right reasoning. So we're supposed to be helping each other. And so if we're teaching something that the brother's saying is not factual, then obviously he can question that. Now, the question of name changes is kind of weird, because I mean, we all know the master is constantly changing our names throughout our history. So that's not, there's no mystery in our name changes. We have a ton of name changes.
That's right.
The master has a ton of name changes. And so there shouldn't be any debate with a name change. I think the debate comes in is, what are we teaching that they feel is not right and exact?
No, that's an excellent point. That's an excellent point. But
that's the question to ask the brother. What are we teaching that's not facts?
Oh no, well he'll go into things. He literally said the idea that Baba wrote the Patriarchs, period, but also the idea that Baba is a Liberian diplomat, that's not an actual fact. And he believes that Baba passed the baton. He now says us. He was saying it to him earlier, but now it's us. So
who's the us?
That's his position.
Whether he accepts that the master teaches a diplomat or not, why does that matter to him?
Oh, because it's according to him, we're lying.
How does he know that?
That's what I say. According to him.
No, I'm saying, how does he know that? How would he know we're lying? What proof or what evidence he has that we're not telling the truth about that?
Well, he did proceed, start talking about some things like in the comment, he started talking about Baba voting in Athens. So that shows that he wasn't a Ghanaian or a Liberian, because he's as a foreigner, he can't vote. And then so I'll be like, I would ask like, well, okay, well, what year was that?
Well, first of all, I mean, I'll just say this. All black people in America are naturally citizens to Liberia. It's a part of their constitution. So you can have a dual citizenship there between here and there.
I'm pretty sure he don't know that.
Yeah, facts.
That's
yeah,
I was over there, so I know that's a fact.
Yo, why you put his government out, God?
But I mean, it doesn't seem like he's asking us doctrine questions. He's asking us questions about the organization. And
yeah, that's a fact. Yeah,
it's like, what are we teaching in our doctrine is false.
Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right. Yo, my hot tweet. What was that breakdown on the 6 that you was giving? I was trying to tell when you was talking about the 6 sons of I think Patatum, and you was going through the existence, how and why. What page was that?
Let me find it for you. Yeah, keep building though, fam. While I look for it.
I think look for the also in the lost records of time. I think it's
Yeah.
in there too.
That's it's in there.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, God, we this is one of them days, man. I had to we've been doing these 3 hour, 4 hour classes, right? I had to put a little bread on this thing. I bought it like another 100 hours.
Yeah, again, I'm looking at his comments. He's the arguments is about administration, what the organization is doing, and that may be up for debate, but what is it? I guess my question to the brother is, what is it we're teaching in our doctrine, in the current doctrine, that's not facts?
And what's different from his position than the Ansado position that didn't want to move on from that school?
Right.
Like we go through this every time Baba shifts. Instead of people taking it as an opportunity to get in fresh, they take it as the opportunity to resist more. No, right. I'm not going. Like, nah, this is fresh, bro. You could get in right now. This is the time. If you missed the last boat, this is the time to get in. We ain't holding none of that against you. Come on in, baby. Come on in. But our wires, we it's like what they say when the car's stolen and they gotta get and somebody hot wiring it.
Right.
Our circuits like hot wired. The key didn't go. It got turned on and the ignition didn't come on the right way. So told the brother, he's welcome to come Friday. I say he gonna come back Friday, Freestyle Friday. He gonna come back to come on the platform and spit from the top of the I would let him in. I don't mind. I'm letting everybody know I'm letting him in. So brother, I said, y'all want to come through and get some target practice, then come on through.
Now, I really I would like to try to comprehend where he's coming from, because I'm from his point of view, he's so adamant about his positions, and I find it interesting, because I think if he has all that concern, why does he make it his business to contact the master that's in prison?
Listen, I know the brother has been, the Nwapian Facts is his page. He's been pushing that for years. And it was cool. But when the doctrine shifted, it threw him off. Couldn't hold on. It was like, nah, you saying doctor's changing everything. It's changed, bro. It's grown. It's really grown. Right. Because we got to go now. Matter of fact, was that you, Mahatri, that broke down the different types of doctrines? And then talk about how we're going into now the genetic doctrine, but you like that Baba. Somebody was talking about that. I got to go back through the damn class. Talk about the different schools and the types of doctrines that were being taught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just argue our doctrine elevated. I don't know if I would say it changed, but it elevated. Like from first grade to second, that you get up to high school, you get up to college, you keep elevating. It's a continuous chain of development, of raising consciousness, which is what our goal is to raise our consciousness back to God's. And so the information is elevating. That's why I said when individuals like that say what they're saying, then it's important for them to be specific, because for them to be vague about things, then that doesn't solve no problems. Then that means they're not really serious.
I asked him what's his agenda. I'm like, what's your agenda? Are you trolling? You got questions? Like, what are you here for? You know what I'm saying? You teaching? Do you have the answers to get the master out? Like, what's the whole back and forth, the Venus and Serena about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? But I ain't really studying. Anybody got any questions for the elders?
The brother asked you a question, Prince L. He asked you a question.
I found
Why
it.
you getting mad with people who's teaching the old doctrine?
Still teach the old school. Who's getting mad, bro? I'm from Brooklyn. They got to speak with bass and aggression. That's it. I ain't getting mad, beloved.
Okay.
These schools, listen. If there are schools, shouldn't the newbies study in the schools, like going to grades and thought? No, because everything from that old school, everything that we need is in this school, right? When Baba tell us to go back to pull certain things, you got to first have right reasoning to be able to go back through the old schools to know what to take with you and what to leave back there. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't in the right state of mind, you'll go back to the old schools, and now you have Friday Juma.
Damn.
Yeah,
that's Akbar.
exactly. You know, there's a lot of brothers. It's too close. We can't see it. It was
page
like
8.
Page 8. Yeah, there's a lot of people waiting for Baba to tell everybody to just call the Adon again, so they can pull them old sparkly whites out. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know, but nah, God, I'm not mad. If I was mad, I'd have got rid of the brother already. You know what I'm saying? He been here all night with us, going back and forth. I'm not mad. I don't mind. Like, you know. Yeah.
Hey, can I read this real quick?
Go ahead, God.
Page 8, verse 29. Zahuti, the sixth son of Patatum Usachum Tet, right? Pawahan, Amun, in Egypt, or Murda in Sumer. Pa'athan, Sakar, or Tammuz. Pafilan, Hab, or Nergal. Paraban, Sabuk, or Gibil. Pachaman, Nimhutit, or Nin Agal. Satan. 6. Right? Tahuti or Nin Gish Ziddah. The cycles, page 8.
Tour. All right.
Satan means the 6th.
Yeah, it means the sixth son. Okay.
Correct.
And that's how he became associated with Satan.
Yeah. And the serpent, remember, he was called the serpent in the garden. And that's Tahuti.
Yeah.
The one that has that conveys the secret word, which is conveyed from mouth to ear in the form of a whisper.
Listen, I know I got
Brother Israel got a question.
What's the question? Is hold on, my wife told me to.
He says the scroll extraterrestrial creation still relevant to the current updated knowledge, because I'm currently reading this one.
Read all the alien scrolls, because they coming.
All of them.
They here. They're about to manifest. Like, matter of fact, they are manifesting, because when the Mukasu, when you look at them, when you're dealing with them, you're dealing with the RH negative blood. Everybody with the RH negative blood is non-human. You call yourself what you want to call yourself. That's where we at. Read what's that? David Icke, the Matrix, Children of the Matrix joint, and it talks about all the different how all the different presidents and they all related. Yeah, they all related through the RH negative blood. That RH negative blood is the marker. That is the mark of the beast.
And you got to read the harvest.
Oh, the harvest is something sick.
Correct.
The harvest. This place is a farm. This is a farm, family. Like, we got to step up out of this, man. We got to. I mean, some people, the Anunnaki are the some people are still there. Why? Because they have a relationship with them. It's okay. That's their thing. That's their thing. I'm not saying it's not your thing. I'm saying it ain't my thing. That's what I'm saying. It ain't my thing. You can have it. That's a fact.
Because the harvest does talk about the RH negative and the DUF 1220, an accelerated simian genome. That's why they have the feminines in Europe, where you could go and sleep with them freely, and you will contract this DUF 1220 and take it home to your woman.
And bring it home to your woman.
Yeah.
Wow. Petty, what's the last what's the last build you had over there on the channel? Nupu.org. Make sure everybody go back to nupu.org and check out the classes over there.
We talked about what is the purpose of WU-SABAT. On the last 2 lectures we did, what is the purpose of WU-SABAT? We did.
Okay.
About. I think people should check out. We did that discussion that WU-SABAT is a genetic doctrine. So we did a build on that. People should check that out.
Absolutely. I think so. Yeah, it is a genetic doctrine. It's just one of those things. We went on that long walk in a short path, right? That long journey in a short path, and people get stopped because every school we go through is really a lifetime of training, and Baba's giving us a lifetime of teaching in a 5 to 7 year time frame. You know what I'm saying? When you look at the time, it's like a 5 to 7 year time frame for each school. Like it's 7, 14, 21, 28, like type of, almost 10 years. Yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how do we handle the brothers that don't want to, not even that don't want to let go of the old doctrine, but then don't want to let you go.
Well, I think the sad part is, and the master said it, they're acting like the master is dead, that he transitioned, that he's not alive. And so by them doing that to the master, that's the sad part, that they're putting mythology out there. They hear him on the phone calls, but they're not even acknowledging that those calls are real. So
exactly,
I don't know. There's a level of reasonability there, because it's like, if you're gonna make that argument, then where's your facts? If you're gonna call yourself a Nawapian, where's the facts to back up that claim? Because they're claiming his voice is not real, he's a clone. They're making a whole bunch of weird claims, and where's the facts to back that up? It's just a whole bunch of theories, and so
yes,
it's sad.
So he's no longer relevant because he's not real anymore,
right?
So it's now time for us to. This is their doctrine, to take over and to reclaim, and it's a sad situation. So anybody got any questions? Anybody got anything that they want to build and bring to the attention of the people? For all the brothers and sisters that are part of the tribe, what he said, the brother said they blew up the spot in New York Times with the story about the UFOs. They came clean after over 50 years of denying it, just as Baba said they would. That's real. Panathar designated a genetic and scientific system. That's a fact. Yeah, man, we got, like, anybody got any, because we got brothers here that got the Alphamation, and it's that time. Look how it go. Brother E. King, Rahubat, what's going on, God?
Rahubat, Zamal.
Rahubat.
A new King. Love it. I appreciate you.
Rahubat.
Have you been staying in tune with the conversation, or you just jumping in?
I've been listening for the last 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's the build? I want to say Rahubat Randu.
Yo, the build is that Sabaism and WU-SABAT only go back to Queen of Sheba, and it's a lesser science than Nuwapu. That's what brothers are saying.
Oh, that's a beautiful build.
Oh, go.
That is beautiful. I'll say this, right?
Nuwapian facts. You get your pen and pencil, brother, your paper together. Let's go. Let's go.
He's one of the ones making the
No, he's the one. He's been riding that way. He's been doing the Little Kim Silver Surfer thing all night.
Oh, okay.
He's been all night.
He got you. So when we look in the glyphs, right? And stop me at any time if we need a reference, okay? When we look in the glyphs, the word for instruction, doctrine, and teachings is Sabat.
What glyphs you talking about?
Pasifaf,
or aka the hieroglyphs.
Yes.
Okay. You talk about the hieroglyphs. So when you look at the hieroglyphs, the word for instruction is Safaf.
Sabat.
Right.
That's a fact too.
WU-SABAT. Okay, got you.
Okay.
That's right.
Now,
Okay.
Now, whenever you're talking about a particular path within the glyphs, right? A rope that you hold on to. That word is Wu.
Wu.
Right? So WU-SABAT means the rope of the Sabians, the path of the Sabians, right? When you look in ancient Sabiic, Hebrew, Arabic, Amharic, the word for tribe is Sha'abu and Sabat, right? That's the word for a clan of people. Multiple clans of people is Sabatu.
Sabatu.
Right? That's Latinized. When that's brought over into the Latin, it becomes Sabians. You understand?
Got you.
Okay, so Taharka, he had a father. Some say it was his grandfather. His grandfather was Shabat Pa, which means the bull of Sabat. Right? Wow. That's 800 to 900 BCE. Okay? So whenever you're talking about the instructions of Ptah-hotep, the instructions of Marikari, all of that is what you call the Sabat tradition. So we're reading it in English as the instructions of Marikari, but in the actual language, it's Sabat and Marikari, Sabat and Ptah-hotep, Sabat and Amenemhat, right? So that's very important. So a variation of this word Sabat is Sabia. This is 2300 BCE, 2700 BCE, 2000 BCE, that this word Sabat is being employed for instruction, doctrine, teachings, right? And then you got the word for star, of course, in the hieroglyphics, is Sabat as well, because the stars provide instruction. That radiation that comes from the stars, that provides instruction for organic matter on different worlds.
Facts.
So that's why the word star is connected to the word Sabat, because the stars literally provide instructions for organic matter.
It's pots of rock.
In the form of light radiation.
Facts.
So what a lot of the family is missing, what they're missing is they're missing that language component. I challenge you to go buy an Egyptian dictionary. I challenge you to go read Martin Bernal, volumes 1, 2, and 3. I challenge you to go read Leo Weiner, The Africans in America, right? And put these things together. Or you can wait on the book to come out, which is going to be 400 pages, and it'll be an A through Z on that.
So we got a book coming out that's going to explain all this in detail for you, God.
Yeah, absolutely. So Sabia and Sabat are indigenous words that are found in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics, that are found in Nubian dialects, going back 2700 BCE. In writing, that's very important, because it was spoken even earlier than that.
That's real.
That makes sense. So Nubian facts. My challenge to you is show me the word Nubian in the hieroglyphics. Show me the word. You accepted the word Nubian with no evidence.
The God said that he said that Baba passed the baton to us, and now you giving him all this information. He gonna say we not doc. This is crazy.
What you mean? We're not doc in the sense that we can't research?
We not doc, like we ain't supposed to be presenting all this information on our own. Brother is crazy.
Right. He said the master teacher never said that. The master teacher told us, don't believe nothing I say, go check it out. So
Baba has said it actually throughout all the years in bits and pieces.
All the years.
This
has been our doctrine.
Right, here's something for you. You know, in the Torah book that was translated by the master teacher,
Torah.
The tree script in the Torah book.
Torah.
Yeah,
Right? That tree script was first revealed by a Sabian 1,000 years ago. But you wouldn't know that if you don't research. So that's how you know the master has known for the last 50 years about ancient Sabaism and what manuscripts to find it in.
Sabaism is ancient. That one of the reasons, like, this is our E King is what we call a ringer, right? So he was like one of the brothers that was like 21 years old playing in junior high school basketball because he still had the young face. So we bring him and we bet all the money and we clean sweep him because he's a ringer. You know what I'm saying? I want
all of the smoke. I want all of it. Hey, facts. Here's one for you. Right?
Go in. He going in.
Just in case you missed this class back on September the 3rd, I believe it was. Right? Yeah. It was on the same platform, right? And we located the word Nuwabia in the writings of Abu el-Idrisi, Sayyid al-Andalusi, and Sayyid al-Maghribi 1,000 plus years ago, right? As a place name that all of the Nuba migrated from. It was called Nuwabia, right? That record was translated in English between 2011 and 2014. Right? So we accepted the word Nuwabia. Why are we not accepting the word Sabat? You lack evidence on both. Not to make this about you, good brother, but you lack evidence on both.
Yeah. So I'm hitting right now. So one of the things he said is that, you see, we are putting out a book. Yes, we putting out a book. So Baba said we need to become authors. That's something Baba said also before he got locked up. You know what I'm saying? So you want to ignore that. And the fact that the God is saying we are putting out a book is confirming that when we write a book, we say it's written by us as opposed to written by Pops, written by Doc. You dig what I'm saying? So nobody's trying to write things in God's name.
And secondly, it's a well documented source. We're documenting where these things are found. I just told you where to find the word Nuwabia in ancient texts.
Nuwabia, you can find that.
It's been on the market for 7 years.
Farrell, put that in the chat, Paul.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I was gonna make them work for it, but I put it in there. Yeah, we listen. The book, the Patarak. Oh, let me say this: the Patarak and the actual facts and the master secrets are coming from Doc. The book that's about to come out is an individual book that a research team came together to research and show WU-SABAT and Sabianism throughout history. See what I'm saying? So you see right there shows that you lack the capacity of reason and putting this thing together, and that's the problem, because you're thirsty to prove your point, and so you got these blind spots that you're not addressing. You will fail if, like, when DMV used on your driver's test, you definitely would fail. You wouldn't look over your shoulder before you pulled out. I know that. You know you wouldn't look over your shoulder. What'd you say, God? You want me to put down in the chat?
Nuwabia, Abu el-Idrisi, 1050.
You got all right, Nuwabia.
Hey, I'll send it to you. Hold on 1 second.
All right. So you could
also, again, to reiterate, you can go check out the book by who was that we built on before? Arthur Jeffrey?
Arthur Jeffrey, 1937, PhD, Canada, called Foreign Words in the Quran.
I'm putting this in here for all of other brothers and sisters because they need the confirmations when they're going out against these slanderers and people that don't know any better. You understand? And the reality is, all the rest of the brothers
use their
waste of time. Yeah, a waste of time. So Arthur Jeffries might be spelled wrong. What's the book?
No, I just put it in your private chat.
Okay.
So you can just copy and paste it. You know.
We read those books 20 years ago.
Well, he
Read
said,
those books. Yeah, we read those books already, man. Now we got the new book. What Orthodox did you read? Tell me that. That's what I want to know. What Orthodox did you read?
One that he can go and start with the genetic kiss.
Yeah. So listen, it ain't really about this dude. You know, it is what it is. Because he runs the what's the name? Again, he runs the Nuwapian Facts. They was putting out a lot of information for the tribe for years. You know, we commend him on that.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite websites.
Yeah, I go to it a lot too. I'll be seeing the stuff we be slacking on. I'll be like, come on, God, you slacking right now. You know? But I appreciate the work. I appreciate the work that he put in. Yeah, he need an upgraded chip. His chip ain't upgraded. He need to upgrade the crystal. The crystal. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Kufu, you on. You got your camera on, just so you know. So you don't be coming there doing no push-ups like Mahatri and all that. Mahatri came on like he was about to do the LL Cool J I Need Love Part 2. I'm alone in my room. He had the side profile. He was like that. He's like, well, now I'm alone in my room. It's time to stand at the wall. I was like, oh snap, chill, beloved.
Yeah, if we really check these things out, it will prove that everything Doc has taught fundamentally is right and exact.
Right and exact. That's
it's
right.
Right and exact. Like I've been speaking this for my whole life. And if it was certain things that was incorrect, I'll gladly tell you. But fundamentally, the Sabians migrated from Nuabia, from Kush, from Makmat, into Ghana, into the Senegambia, into Cameroon, and they met up with a more archaic Sabian who already lived there. And they intermixed and they had a culture of animism. All of this is written in ancient texts. Matter of fact, here's something right here, right? Thutmose III, they say he conquered a land called Mbutu. Right? You know where the Mbutu live today?
Mbutu? Are you referring to the Twa?
Yes.
They call him Mbuti out of Congo.
Exactly. But this is mentioned in the Stele of Thutmose III. The Mbutu people is mentioned by name in the Stele of Thutmose III.
That's crazy. That's heavy right there.
That lets you know that
by name.
The same people who live in the Congo, Cameroon, Uganda were known in antiquity and wrote about. Right? Go read the famine stela, right? That's located in northern Sudan, southern Egypt today. The famine stela mentions a place beyond the Lake Tanzania, Lake Mwanza. It mentions Uganda. It mentions the mountains of the moon as the origin of the Nile River. And you know what Khnum calls himself within that stela? He calls himself Nuab, the creator.
Don't do it. Don't do that.
That's
you come up here. You know what? See, that's. Don't do that. Don't say that.
Nah, do it.
Nah, don't do that. This is for the family, though. Our doctrine can be confirmed, family. It's not a game. Don't listen to them clowns out there with that pseudo stuff. Baba is light years ahead of them. That's look. The Mukasu would have try to get rid of God.
God said we mixed up with the Jacobites. See, this is what happens when you take when your source information and research is coming strictly from the Mukasu. And we ain't talking about the elite Mukasu.
Right. Just simply go read the books in Arabic. Right? Go hire an Arabic linguist.
Well,
go ahead.
student, if you could explain that, right? The importance of that, what transpired throughout history, and why many of these sacred records or documents, right, have not yet reached the masses for us to really see, to research and see it for ourselves, because of the fact that it was kept hidden within the documents, with the Arabic transcripts being only translated over into like the Greek, in the different, Aramaic or right dialects, if you can.
Absolutely, absolutely. So when a lot of these records was found in Timbuktu, Mali, Sudan, they were brought by a man by the name of Henry Breasted. Right? Henry Breasted was a traveler. He was a traveler, historian, and a philanthropist. And he brought a lot of manuscripts from Sudan that was being sold by Nubians and Egyptians, right, from their private libraries. And he took these manuscripts. Well, a lot of these manuscripts, I believe, they're kept in Sweden right now. But along with him, other Europeans were buying these manuscripts, and now they're kept in Paris, right, to be studied by Arabic linguists. They're kept in Turkey, right? Paris, Turkey, Sweden, Edinburgh, and London. So a lot of people that had access to these records had PhD in Arabic. Let's take Leo Weiner, for example. Leo Weiner wrote a book called The Africans in Early America. 50 years, 60 years before Ivan van Sertima wrote They Came Before Columbus. Right? And Leo Weiner, you know what Leo Weiner says?
What do you say, bro?
The Sabians made it to America and they brought agriculture way before Columbus. He mentions the Sabians in his book. And he says, you know that the Sabians were here in the Americas because the same words for plants in Arabic is the same words for plants in the Americas. This is 1920, Leo Weiner. You know how far behind we have to be in order for this stuff to be written in 1920 in English? In English. And here it is, 2021, 101 years later. And we still don't know this stuff?
Yeah, I think actually, Leno Weiner, they actually found the plants because they brought plants over from the continent and planted it here in Central and South America. They weren't indigenous from here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what he goes on to say, that there were Sabian travelers that spoke.
I think he was a botanist, but he was studying plant life or something like that. Lena Wayne.
I'm about to go be a farmer. I'm telling you, it's about to go there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're absolutely right about that, Petty. Absolutely right. Have you read Volume 1 and Volume 2 of Leo Weiner's work yet?
Yeah, I'm familiar with it.
Yeah.
In the Dogon doctrine, they speak about the Digitaria, Digitaria, which is the stars, but Digitaria is also plant life. And one thing they speak of in the doctrine of the Dogons is they say that life, one of the forms of life was called the fonio seed, FONIO, right? And the fonio seed is an actual plant that's very, very healthy. So they do make a correlation between the stars and the planet Earth.
Yeah, that's heavy, man. Listen, God. Yeah, we're gonna isolate it. We're gonna isolate it soon.
It's all big.
Yeah. And E, you still there, E?
Oh yeah. I'm listening to the other Zamalu when Mugdalu.
Yeah, he did it. He now it's hard to keep you in one place for a long time. So when I got you, I need you to rock out. You know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Yeah. 3 verses.
Right, absolutely. So let's highlight these points, right? Nuabia, mentioned by Abu El Idrisi, as told to him by the Nuba, 1050. Leo Weiner, Harvard, mentions the Sabians in 1920. That's coming over here to the Americas, bringing different plant life, right? That's 2 points. The third point is that the Sabians are mentioned by the ancient Egyptians. The word Sabaism is mentioned in ancient Egyptian as Sabat and Sabia, as doctrine, teachings, and instructions, right? The word Wu is mentioned in ancient Egyptian as a rope that you hold on to, right? And it's a prefix within Hebrew as U, and it literally means culture in Hebrew as a prefix, right? So,
I'm sorry. Anyone could look up. If you research in the 1800s, a lot of the East Coast African tribes all had Wu as a prefix to their tribal name. You can look that up. So so if you had like a let's just say we use Mbuti, it'd be Wu Mbuti or Wu Masa or something like that. They had a prefix Wu to a lot of the northeast African tribes, and some west African tribes had the Wu as a prefix in the language, in their names.
Absolutely, great point. And like like you said, it was even certain West African tribes as well, because the Mboom in Cameroon, they're also called Wimboom, right? The Loaf people of Senegal are called Wolof, but the root word is loaf, but they're called Wolof, right? So you see that Wu in front of their name as well. So yeah, great point, Petty.
Yeah.
And as far as the Nawapian facts, brother, because I see his comments. You know what's interesting? The master teacher has been citing sources from the beginning since he's been writing books, and so I don't know why the brother's having a problem with us citing sources, because this is what the master has taught us. He cite tons of sources in our books about referencing things that we teach, because unfortunately we live in a world like so many people. We're telling you the master is teaching this, but he doesn't want to accept it. So we're giving you other sources of information historically to verify what we're saying is actual fact.
And I would like to say as well, Federal Shepherds, did you want to say something?
Oh no, I was just gonna say what Petty was just saying. That reality of the master throughout the years, I have always argued to people that say that Baba was plagiarizing and never gave people their recognition, because if you go through he doesn't do it in a way of academia, because a lot of the books were compiled from lectures. But if you go through the books, you'll see tons, dozens and dozens, hundreds of references of authors and scientists and poets and scholars all throughout the doctrine, So I just wanted to say that to add on to that.
Great point, Shepses. And I would also like to say that just because we're referencing does not mean we're solely coming from European sources. And even if we are coming from European sources, these are men and women that have studied a particular topic for 8+ years. So they're credible sources. Number one. Number two, our ancestors also wrote books in ancient times. They inscribed stelas. They wrote on walls.
That's right.
And we're referencing them as well. We're a continuation of what they learned from the ancestors. We're a continuation of that. So yes, we will be citing our blood ancestry as well. And that's how it should be done. We are a tree with roots. The tree of Sabat didn't just appear like that. That tree was planted and it has roots. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to show the roots of WU-SABAT, and we're here to emphasize the person, the master who came and renewed that tree over a 52-year period.
And unfortunately, a lot of brothers and sisters still under the spell of Leviathan on several levels and degrees still need confirmation from the white man, okay? And the white man's story in order for them to accept their story from the master. So they still need a cosign. Go ahead, God.
and I agree with you, but the Mukasu, the European scholars that I'm referencing, are referencing
African scholars. That's right.
Are
I got you.
referencing African scholars and books that we wrote.
That's a fact. Yeah, I got you. I
You know?
understand. You know, I understand with you.
So my thing is, you know, to the people that say they don't need references, I bet you're shaky. I bet you ain't firm. I can bet you any amount of money you're not firm. You're shaky. You could easily be uprooted because you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know how to explain it. You don't know where it's found. So anybody who comes along and say, oh, Sabianism is a Quranic concept, guess what you're going to do? You're going to be like, yep, it is. You know why? Because you don't know where it's found outside of the Quran. So yes, you personally need more education on the topic. So you won't
it's all about the language. That's why we were told to study the languages. And then Baba, knowing that brothers are not studying languages, he told us to go get the concordances. He said, because it's still to help you out in the field. Go get the Greek concordance, the Hebrew concordance, the Arabic concordance. Go get the concordances. So, absolutely, the language is key. Absolutely.
Any questions from the
any questions from any of the brothers that's up on the panel? Got any questions? Yo, so what do you, Patsy? Did you hear the brother Silas yesterday talking about who he was? What's the brother he was talking about? E King that was with Sheikh Dawood and saying how it was rumored that guy was Afro Uno.
Ahmed.
What?
Abdul Malik.
Abdul Malik. Yes.
That's silly. I'm like,
Abdul Malik was also from Sudan too. So I told him we're gonna have a bill. We're gonna go back through it. Let's go.
Anyone who says that obviously didn't read the nature books. Because in the nature books, it makes it very clear by behavior and attributes who Afro Uno would be, you know, and so they didn't read the books. Give
me an example. What you mean by nature, like attributes and behavior?
Well, for one, it talked about the individual, this Afro Uno character. First of all, it means Afro Uno means, according to the books, the firstborn of the dead, the first one to have nature knowledge, the first one to teach, you know, sun culture to our people, whose whole goal was to resurrect our people and fight Leviathan. Now, who do we know that meets that category?
That's real. That's real.
I mean, who else other than the master meets that category? Who's the first one to be resurrected among us with nature knowledge?
That's real. Yeah.
So, because when you go back to the Bible interpretations and explanations in the Nine Ball series, that's what the master's teaching in there. If you go to book 4 of the Nine Ball, the master's talking about the nature. So, you know.
Okay, we're gonna you know, when we're gonna get the elder back one day and we're gonna walk through it, because it's definitely it's definitely a cool concept to, you know, because it ties into a bigger story that goes back, you know.
It's tons of stuff. Like who explained the cycles of nature other than the master?
No, Baba is definitely the dude for this day and time.
Who is supposed to be teaching this information to the people? Because like the guy at the Noonie booth he said he didn't want to teach the people.
Yeah, he had a job at the mail at the post office, and he went to the Navy or something like that.
Yeah, and
he wrote his first book in '93.
First of all, I think the biggest challenge with most people, they don't compare the nature books to the Bible interpretations in the Nine Ball, because it's a continuation of those books.
That's true.
If anyone compares it, you can literally see it's the same information. So if we're going to say that the master teacher wrote the Bible interpretations and explanations in the Nine Ball, then how can we sit there and say he didn't write the nature? Not to mention there's people that you guys know that actually talked to him about it.
Yeah.
He told them that he did write it.
Yeah. I just wanted to bring that up with you because I know you got the extensive breakdown and understanding of it.
They
And
need to watch my lecture on it.
I said that. Gotta go back and watch the lecture
on explaining it in
Yeah,
detail.
yeah. Baba is the first begotten. We all have to be the we all got to become the chosen one, right? Nuwapi and facts. Messing with him.
The master he says it in all the right knowledge scrolls. He's the firstborn of the mentally dead.
That's right. That's right. Listen, y'all. This is a 3-hour hit.
Well, let me just say this: can there be more than one first? I'm sorry. Can there be?
No, go ahead. We good. I like this.
Can there be more than one first?
No, subtotals of the first, like first and a half, first and quarters.
Correct.
A negative first before the first. You know what I'm saying?
Not zero.
Zero, right? Like, nah, you real? That's real.
Not to mention the master is putting Nupu in all our books. So why is the master doing that?
What's up? You okay? Yeah. Nah, that's real.
That's the question. Is this guy a student of us?
Who?
No, the brother.
Oh, he's an elder. Yeah, he's an elder.
Okay, so ask him, why is the master putting Nupu in all the actual facts?
Nah, listen, God. Yeah, we're gonna bring that out because it's gonna unpack. We're gonna unpack to build on it. You know what I'm saying? I understand you, but you got a whole video on the joint. The brother said, "Who is that? Pa Na Bab." Oh man, yeah, this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. Thank you, Tawu Tak, Nuwapi and Facts for being here, man, keeping us up, on our toes, man, giving us this entertainment. Tawu Tak, Eternal Entertainment, Israel.
Hold on. Sorry, brother. Yeah. Hold on.
Hey.
Look inside the chat, please.
What you mean?
He said.
I see what he said. I see what he said. I see that. What is part of the Bab? Yeah, he doesn't know. He hasn't read anything since 2002. So it's like
it's the door, brother. It's the door.
You beating on a dead horse with that. It's like we having this conversation with him, right? And we've read everything he's read, and he's read nothing that we've read.
And I would also, Rondu, you made a good point about Nabab being the door.
The door. That's right.
Because what's interesting is the Sabian teachers, the Sabat, and the glyphs, they were also called doors. Right, because they opened up the doors in the palace to different subjects.
That's what's up.
And there was no subject that the student did not know, only because the teacher opened up the door to that topic. So we know who a Khalil Gibran is because of the door.
Because of the door.
We know who Madame Blavatsky is because of the door.
Because of the door. Nikola Tesla.
Right, we know
the stallion.
Exactly because of the door.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
So the Sabians that went into Iraq, guess who they started calling their imams? Bab, the door. Right, so that's why that's practiced in Shiite Islam. They call their imams a door as well. That's all coming from Africa.
Africa.
Right, because of the Sabians who were calling their teachers the door.
Sunu Bawaba Basa. Okay. That's what Baba remember his attribute was Sunu Bawaba Basa Africa.
Brother, it's just an updated on the word Neb. So I'm not sure why because Nabab,
because he don't know the language.
It comes out of Neb. So
we read the consonants. We just went through the noob and the whole nine with him. And I don't know, we got to go turn to the tablet to show him where it's at in the tablet. That's or send him to Haruotep and let them handle it. Like go over there, being there doing all that old stuff. Go ahead over there with all that.
Okay, man.
The Kafus and Kafus, Ronald. I still appreciate y'all brothers rolling out with us tonight. You know what I'm saying? George, Snafiru Hotep, drop that blood type home test kit link again, Zamal. Okay, that's I'm gonna write it down. The blood test kit. so that you could get everybody could get their blood test. It's a self-test. They sell it on Amazon. Know your blood type. Cause we went through a situation where my wife, they gave her 2 different blood type readings. And I was like, nah, we don't like that. You know, they don't like that. You know, so definitely. It's called Eldon Blood Typing Kit. And you could get it from Amazon. Yeah. Because, you know, this thing is all about those RH negative of Zupu and destroy those RH positives of Nupu. You know? And get into the blood and mix in the blood in order for those 30 spirits to control your movements. So, and even if because we mix, because there's going to be some of us that have the RH negative blood, we still have now we got to fight harder. We got to do what, you know, we got to work harder in order not to be on that spectrum. Because if you got the blood type, then, you know, I did mine. Mine's positive. I got the record. It's laminated. Just for the record. George Bristol, Lewis Harris. I'm giving everybody shout outs. I appreciate y'all. Kahil Lowe, I appreciate you, brother. Y'all spending your time with us. And yeah, y'all gotta come with some questions too. Might be facts. You try to take up the whole night doing that stuff. I knew Hasir. I'm gonna read your comment. WU-SABAT's neuroscience and WU-SABAT relates to astrocytes in the supreme mathematics study. It was a neuromelanin for skin and neuromelanin for brain. High science. Hey, you know, listen, we got to make it rock, man. Reginald Hudson. Who else is here? Who else? Because this is all Nuwapian facts taking up all the night. Ronald Newton. Prince Ellie, yeah, bro. Prince Eli, Prince Ellie, yeah. I wasn't mad at the brother. I ain't mad at the brother. You know, we know his position. You know, I'm just like, what's your agenda? Are you here to build? You trying to dominate? What are you trying to do? You know, you're really not looking for answers. You know, right back to you, Israel. Appreciate you. Actual fact of WU-SABAT. Appreciate you for coming through and building with the gods, you know, and the goddesses. And yo, we here, man. We looking to maintain and build some beautiful things up here. That's our agenda. Our agenda is spreading and replacing. Like I read, what Bob was like, y'all got to get out there and substitute, replace, and germinate. That's what he said. Substitute, replace, and germinate. That's what the God told us to do. So that's what we're doing. And if you don't get it, it's okay, God. You know, I know we under the control of the government right now. You know, but luckily for us, you got the sovereign land and you got your own system set up, and y'all not imposed on by the government. And Bob, when he get out, we know where he gonna be at. He gonna be with you. You know what I'm saying? And then when he come out, he could just holler at us and tell us to roll through. You know, because the thing is, we all are disciples of the master, ultimately, right? So he gonna straighten it out anyway. He gonna be like, nigga, what was wrong with you? Why would you do that? Whether he's saying that to you or me. He gonna say it to somebody. Word. But yeah, gods, I gotta get out of here. My eyes is burning. I'm tired. I'm sleeping. Right? But I had to come out here. I wanted to build with the gods. I actually had a whole nother thing I wanted to go on, but I wanted the Nuwapian facts. I really respect his work throughout the years because he was on the front lines and he built a platform that everybody was going through over the years. Even though he slipped and fell for the banana in the tailpipe in the end, it didn't matter. It's like, you know, we still respect the game. We respect you for putting that work in, brother. And Friday, you know, you could come up, show your face, and then, you know, brothers know exactly where to throw the darts at. Okay? You my brother, man. We love you. I shook. Goodbye. Well, I shook. Tawutak. Watawakum. Petty Sina. Temptureye, you got your whole attribute up there now, Petty. Like, nah, you ain't gonna mess mine up. Kufu in Tahudi Amun Reye, Brother Rantu, E King, and the God and Mahatsui, you know, yo, I appreciate y'all. We changing the dynamics of things. We inspiring brothers and sisters worldwide to do similar things, to do other things, to get out there and propagate, to study more, to come back around. Anybody have any of the bookstore addresses or websites? Please put them in the chat. And all of the Sabaeans, there is a conference called tomorrow. So y'all could get the link if you interacting with your fellow Sabaeans, you know, the Mukdash, you could get your link. I ain't gonna put it up here because you know everybody ain't Sabaean, apparently, right? so you gotta get it from someplace else, God. But like always, man, if it's not WU-SABAT, then what's the solution, right? You know what I'm saying? If not now, then when? And if not us, then who? You know what I mean? So peace and blessings to all y'all in earshot and eyeshot of the God. I appreciate y'all. And Kabat Wu Ashuk Muisar, which is peace and divine love, divine unconditional love be upon you all. Remember, when Ashuk is absent, death is upon us. Let Ashuk be your first step, your first movements, you know. And we can't interact or connect right now physically, but we move in mind to mind in the mental realm. We connect mentally, man, mind to mind. You know, so yeah, guys, man, I appreciate y'all. Anybody got any last things y'all want to say? We rolling out, and then that's it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Just roll.
All right, guys, yo. All right, what do, fam?
Much love. We'll do. What do?
Yeah, love is love. Appreciate y'all. Copy and facts. Appreciate you. Your brothers on behind enemy lines. What happened? We got to send him a package. Send him a package. He locked up. What are we talking about? All right, yo. What do, y'all?